sitting there minding my own business. And for some reason, this fucking iPhone, when somebody calls, it beeps, but it doesn't tell you who called.
Okay.
It doesn't tell you who's calling. So I have to hang up with the person and wait 5 minutes, and the call comes through. So I have to shut the thing off and maybe start it. You'll tell me how to do it. And my fucking other thing keeps asking me to upgrade. And every time I hit it, 10 pop-ups come on. I don't understand this fucking app thing. So, you know, I gotta have apps. I don't fucking get it. Just one time, hit me, and then move on with your life. Now, every 10 weeks, they want me to upgrade and do this. Get the fuck out of here. So...
You mean you're not going to wait in line for that new iPhone?
Oh, yeah, I'll be there tomorrow morning, nice and early. Like a fucking moron. I got better things to fucking do with my time than wait there so I could have the phone first. I can tell my idiot buddies I have it. Oh, you're so lucky because you stood in line like a fucking faggot. Yeah, that's great. What was I talking about?
About something that got your high going.
So
you should just get a homeless guy to stand in line for you. Just go, hey man, you're outside anyway.
I'm sure they would.
Give him $20 an hour. Like, that's what a real pimp would do. But these fucking idiots can't figure that out. God forbid they can't stay outside and tell themselves stories about fucking Lana Del Rey or whatever the fuck these kids talk about today. What the fucking bullshit they're talking about.
So what got your high going?
Carmine called me.
Oh,
right?
Jesus.
Carmine Balzano called me. This dude that he met. This fucking 74-year-old guy that I grew up in his house. So when I looked at the thing, it said no caller ID on it. So I thought it was my uncle. So I go, Dio, what's happened? And he goes, what are you fucking talking about? It's Carmine. I go, hey, Mr. B, what's going on? He goes, I've had something on my mind for the last 3 days. I really want to tell you. I go, what's up? And he goes, the other night I'm eating fucking whatever dinner and I'm by myself and I see that this De Niro Stallone movie's coming on. So I say, what the fuck? Let me watch it. So I start watching the movie, and you pop up, and Joey, my world stopped. He goes, the dish fell out of my fucking hand. He goes, I had seen you in that movie, The Longest Mile, whatever the fuck that was. But this is real. He goes, and he was hysterical. You with that fucking half a homo Adam Sandler, fuck him, and that fucking yam, fucking Chris Rock.
The Ryan was
he
a
goes,
good
you're
choice.
with De Niro and whatever. He goes, you look good. He goes, I gotta tell you. He goes, I thought of your mother in that casket, and how she would be fucking proud of you. And he goes, you know,
The Ryan was a very good choice.
Baffled me for the last 3 days. And all those dinners you ate at my house, and all those basketball games, and all the trips you took with my family. I never
Yeah, I'm good with deathball too. But actually, I don't know. 222 is better for this Evo.
He's 70-something years old, and guys, it destroyed my inside.
I can imagine.
Because
Yeah.
this is not like some fucking agent telling me that I did a good job.
Left side,
This isn't
left side,
my
okay.
wife or even Bird or Lee saying, hey, it was a good job. This is a guy that saw me before my demise.
Stay behind our Ryan.
He was there when I was just
Ryan,
a young
this way.
fucking kid.
Okay.
That's me at his house. You know? That's him. That's Carmine right there with my buddies at his fucking
Follow the
50th
Ryan.
birthday.
Everyone behind the Ryan.
That number 63 and the guy next to him, that's the beginning of the Genovese fucking crime family. And there we go. Right there. That's that fucking 3 of those 8 guys right there are fucking organized crime. But that's the way we turned out. But, you know, that was me. I was just an innocent fucking kid.
I need
So
you.
my mom died, and I got into crimes, and I got arrested. And every time I'd see him, he'd still give me a hug. And I could see he was walking wounded because I was one of his kids. I was from his neighbor. He's a fucking detective. How am I doing blow? I'm doing drugs and robbing houses. So, you know what, man? I made him really proud. And I could hear it in his voice. Like, he has nothing left now. You know, that is a demolition of an American family. When I met Carmine, he had a wife and 4 kids.
What happened to his kids?
One kid died in a car accident in the 8th grade, the one I hung out with. And then after that, the mother died of cancer. He divorced her, you know. The kids stopped talking to him. Jimmy moved to Florida. Frankie and him went to war.
Fight together. Focus the DPS and the healers.
Asked Lee, he still hasn't slept on the bed because his wife that he had died on that.
They only have one healer.
He
Focus
hasn't
that more.
changed the sheets or moved the bed. The imprint of her line is still on the fucking
Really?
bed. Yeah, he told me this. He goes, I don't sleep on the bed. That's for her. She sleeps on the bed. So it's like he's a 74-year-old grown man. But all that withstanding, it was like the best call I've ever had. Like when somebody called you and said,
They only have one healer. We got a focuser.
great job, that's great, you're in the business. But this guy knew me,
Diva, can you focus the bear?
Talked about movies, stand-up, or stupidity.
That's essentially one of your fathers.
Yeah, I was just a virgin of a kid when I started going outside. I was just a virgin kid that I was open for knowledge, and I just wanted to be liked, and I wanted to play basketball. That was it. And so for him to say, you know, he got pissed. I'm telling you guys, he shot a guy.
I swear to God, like 3 of their DPS always target me down whenever I come out. Like literally, their Pharah, Soldier, and Tracer just jump on me.
Okay, well we gotta stop going in alone. Like let's fall back and get a 6-man push.
You're gonna move in with me, but he was torturing his kids. He made you pay rent. You were in the fucking like 6th grade.
Everyone fall back.
Rent. You had to have a job.
Dude,
Well, I
like
was falling back, but I died.
you stood at the top of the stairway for a while. You should have fell back.
I was there for like a second and then I died.
5 for bank account, 5 for Christmas club. You were left with like $7 out of the 60. You're like, what the fuck? Yeah, he gave you like $1 a day. He's like, you live off $1 a day for years. So I couldn't live with that. I came from a loose house. I came from a house that had fucking loose curfew. If I had $50 in my pocket, my mother didn't ask me I got the money, you know. There'd be bikes in the garage. Whose bikes are they? Bert just left them over here. His mother's painting the garage. He just left them over here. With Carmine, everything was accounted. You have me accountable for everything. I couldn't do it.
That was a waste of an olive.
Never do that.
Do you ever think of what would have happened if you had moved in with him?
Can I get heals?
You probably would have been like a lawyer.
Nah, but I would have been a dirty cop by now.
You think so?
I got thrown off the
It would have been. I bet if you hadn't moved in with him, you would have ended up finding the path of least resistance, because he made things so tough just to be around him. I bet you would have found something. You would have found something like a dirty cop. Like you would have gotten in on the thing, and then you would have done it your way. It would have been interesting. I always think about the butterfly effect all the time. Like if you took that one option and you did the other thing, I think about that constantly. Like when Isla broke her. Remember I told you when Isla the first time she broke her teeth, I was obsessed at the fact that I knew she shouldn't do that, but I didn't want to be the overbearing parent that told her not to do it because my wife's that way. My wife's like, let her do it.
Ryan
let her get down the dirt, and I was like, these kids are too big. They're playing too rough. But I didn't want to be a pussy parent, so I was like, fuck it. And then I just thought, if I could just step back.
We need more heals.
And I kept thinking, why can't I just go back in time? Like I'm a fucking obsessed.
Yeah, I killed
with
like
that.
2 or 3 of them. But
You ever watched Taken? It was on TV today.
I don't know what the hell was going on.
That Liam Neeson movie.
Yeah.
And I just because the ex-wife is so mean to him, and then it happened.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was like, oh,
what's
I can't.
going on
I
here.
couldn't even imagine having a daughter.
And it just
Like that's
feels
my.
like when
I
wipe
almost
out 2 or
don't
3
want a
and
daughter
nothing
just because I don't want to
matters
think about
because,
that
like, all of
stuff.
you guys have died.
And you guys have 4 daughters.
But
So I can't
we,
even imagine.
have to make sure
like,
that we're fighting.
luckily, you have a
6 on
wild
6,
Joey.
like-
Bro, your girls are coming up to close in a few years. They're gonna start dating and.
Oh, someone, fucking Georgia's an adult almost. I mean, she's like
Already we lost
Leanne
our
size.
tank,
She
so
shares
should I
shoes
switch
with
or
her.
what the heck?
I saw her the other
We
day. I've
have
been
2
gone
tanks,
for a month.
though.
I saw her the other
Oh,
day.
never
I just
mind.
was like, holy shit, man, she's so big. I don't even recognize her. And she like talks to you and
This
like
should
says
be
like
better.
grown-up girl stuff. Fucking
How old
freak.
is she then?
She's
Diva and
10.
Winston, try to
but
go in
she's,
and play together.
I mean, LA, they grow up fast. She's in 5th grade. She said to me, I got no one to look up to at this school because it's up to 5th grade. She goes, I got no one to look up to. She goes, it was fun when I was a little kid. Now I feel like responsibility. I was like, you're not supposed to talk like that. You're supposed to say, like, let's play Monster High Dolls or some shit. But yeah, I'm freaking out about it. I told you, I mean, want to hear something crazy? When I took the life insurance exam, you take one over the phone. And the kid answers the phone, and he goes, I'm going to walk you through all the questions.
Oh,
They
man,
ask you if
he
you've
got
ever
his cooldowns back
done drugs,
before I
if you've
did. That
ever
sucks.
drank alcohol. I get done all my questions, and he goes, okay, I think we're done for now. I'm going to end the recording. I went, oh, thank you. And he does the recording. He goes, it was a pleasure meeting the machine. And I was like, motherfucker. I'm sure he listened to my answers. Like, I very seldomly drink. I've never tried drugs or whatever my bullshit, you know. Like it was like it was a pleasure meeting the machine. I was like, motherfucker. So, but yeah.
Hopefully you get it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Let's see if you get it.
Yeah, I'll get it. I've changed my lifestyle a lot. I think I've been a lot healthier. But it's that thing you're talking about with your dad.
Oh God, yeah.
The fear of death.
He moved down to Florida because you grew up there, right?
Yeah.
So your parents were always there. My dad moved down with a girl to Boynton Beach, like where all the old Jews go, and he moved into a retirement village. And all he taught, like when I was down there last time,
Back to the
a
points.
guy died, and then I called him the next week and was like, "Oh, did you ever go check up on that guy's wife?" And he's like, "Oh, I didn't tell you. She died 2 days ago." And like every day, someone's dying down there, and now every time we talk, he's like, "I have to sign something now for his will," and he tells me he's getting life insurance, and I just don't even want to hear it. But then I think about you, Joey, and like
Okay, come on.
how maybe
There's
you
always
wish your mom
somebody
talked
behind
more
me,
about
like, I
that
swear to
stuff.
God, like I try and chase down
But
one
it's
person, and there's,
uncomfortable
like,
as
three
a
people that just
kid
chase
to
me.
hear it.
I don't like people who talk about it because they're.
And trying to escape
You know,
their fare, and she just
Doug
follows me around.
Stanhope has that death pool.
Yeah.
And nothing bothers me more than that. Because you don't know, you're mucking around
Fuck.
with death.
Yeah.
The Ryan's right on
When
point.
I'm Spanish. I'm Cuban.
Don't use your ults
My
here.
house,
Don't use your ults.
There was 1,000.
Oh
things
yeah,
you
there it
could not
is.
do.
Fucking Farrah's
You
just
know,
waiting
you couldn't
for
go to
me.
my
It's
mother
okay,
couldn't
fall
go,
back, we
"Hey,
need
man,
6. They're gonna
guy
take this
can stab
anyways.
in the
Fall
neck.
back.
Don't ever
Fall
fucking
back, fall
come
back,
out.
fall back.
My
Mora,
mother
fall
would
back.
never
Tor,
say
fall back.
cancer in the house.
Yeah.
Come on,
Say
guys, we're not
cancer
gonna win
in
this
the
if we don't
house.
fall
You just
back.
didn't want to fucking put it out there. That's something that we just didn't
Fall back,
discuss,
fall
you know.
back. Let's wait for the Winston.
You know, people saying I'm gonna prepare a will or something.
Fall back.
Just-
Soldier, fall back.
You just don't want that shit. Keep it to yourself. You do what the fuck you have to do, but I just don't like the muckery. But after what happened to me, and we had this conversation with
No one
Felicia
should
one
be
day.
dying right now.
Yeah.
We had this conversation. I go, you know what? You gotta, when you have kids, you have to live every day like it's gonna be your last day, and you have to prepare them. Like it's gonna, and if not, they're prepared anyway.
Okay, they have a
If
soldier
not,
down.
they're fucking
And
prepared
it's
anyway.
what
You know.
Everyone
We were
knows.
talking before the podcast started about
Maybe
that,
because you're running alone.
and how the other day I wrote
I
a
mean,
joke.
the tanks aren't even pushing up. It's literally just me. I don't know why.
Well, because we were waiting on 6.
You know, when you
Which is
hit
why I was
50,
saying fall
you're
back.
concerned about your health.
Listen to my
Especially if
call
you've
outs
been
and make
running
you do
on
well. Like everyone else fell
There's
back and
people
then
that
you went up
have been eating
forward.
carrots since they were 10.
And then they
that they've been running since they were 10 and they have a heart attack at 52. Then there's Keith
we
Richards.
can still win this. Fall
Then
back.
there's Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
Then there's the guy, the singer from Motorhead. You know, Lemmy.
Yeah.
Then there's 1,000 other people, but it contributes to genes. It contributes to 1,000 things to me. Like I said on the
Give up.
podcast the other day. God,
Oh,
forbid
boy,
they make
here
you
I
to give
go,
you
dead
1,000
again.
whatever heartbeats. How you reach them is up to you.
I tore through some
You know what I'm
nights.
saying?
can't
if
do anything
St. Peter
against the
goes, so
fucking
what
Ryan.
is that, God? How many heartbeats is that? He'll live to 82. But if he doesn't discover cocaine,
Yeah, we
you
can
know, if he
take down the
discovers
Ryan,
cocaine, he'll live at 48,
Yeah.
47, you know? So I always
Yeah,
thought it
take
was
it right
fucking
now.
heartbeats. But death is something, every time I wake up now,
Let's go left side. Everyone left
whenever
side.
you talk to Carmen, you go, Carmen,
Yeah.
how you doing? He's like, God gave me another day. You open
Torp,
your
come
eyes,
left.
you give God thanks. He gave me another
I need
day.
heals.
70 fucking 6. After fucking 50.
In there, Moira just tried solo ulting me.
I need
I do.
heals.
As soon as I hit the floor, I say, thank you, God. I rub my head, I rub my Ori, and I say, I hope I don't drive to fucking Hollywood today. You know what I'm saying? That's the second thing I think of. Do
this
I
is our
have to
last
fucking
push.
drive
We have
somewhere
2
today?
ults.
Or am I in the
Scared to
fucking
use it.
valley all day like a
Winston,
fucking
come back. We need you here
doctor?
with us.
Yeah.
Do I gotta
Winston,
fucking
Winston,
go down to
Winston, come
Wilshire Boulevard and talk to some fucking stroke about something that's not gonna happen? Or am I gonna have the will to say, you know what? Fuck you. You can tell me whatever you gotta tell me
said,
over the
get him,
fucking
get him, get
phone. All right? I gotta go down there and listen to fucking 3 Gentiles talk about shit that ain't gonna happen anyway. At 4
beside the
o'clock,
bar.
you know, fuck you. What did I'm to 11? You know, it's just, you worry about it. I look at Mercy every day. Listen, when Mercy hits 3, if I make it to a week after the 3rd party, I last like that. I understand, you know, my mom used to always say, people would pull me aside, you know what, man, I knew you.
Good job, guys.
And not for nothing, when he had you, everything changed. My mother's brother that lives in Glendale, don't say a nice word among nobody, especially nobody in the family. He hated everybody in the fucking family. His brothers, his cousins. And he always said your dad was a good fucking guy. But after he
Yo,
died,
Mora, you're a main healer. You should be able to
it was
heal
all
more than
over.
me.
I couldn't imagine.
Can you use your heal load more?
I couldn't imagine being him doing a bump of coke in the bathroom and coming out and having a heart attack.
Is that what
That's how
happened?
he died, and him feeling his heart and going down to one knee. And I don't have to tell you guys, when you feel your heart and you grab your heart.
Yeah,
you go down
if,
to one knee, your life
can we get a
flashes before
raper?
you start thinking about stupid shit. Is this the end? Should I make a call? And I couldn't imagine
Tracer?
him on his back, lying there with everything spinning with him
What?
thinking about
Oh, sorry.
Left side, left side.
I'm thinking.
Everyone
I'm
left.
thinking I'm gonna keep this.
give me one more day to be with my kid.
Okay.
give me one more fucking day to be with my child, because that's what I'd be saying. You think when my mother was on that fucking floor in the kitchen when I was 16 and she was having a heart attack, she wasn't thinking to herself, God, please, just one more fucking hour.
Alrighty, well, unfortunately, they double teamed me again. So that was pretty cool.
I don't want my
Wait, okay, their Ash was actually sitting there for like half a minute watching me fight, and then
I've been
just going
sticking to
in.
that My Fitness fucking
I think that's worth it.
I'm
They're
always
gonna waste their
200
time
fucking
waiting for me to
calories
keep
light
fighting.
until I get home at night. And I eat like an apple and a banana and some yogurt, but I don't write that down because I've already ended the day. But I've been staying in that realm. You know, this knee's killed me a little bit, but before I had the fucking thing, I was going to jiu-jitsu 3 times a fucking week. I started one time doing hip escapes. I was having a heart attack. So I believe in just doing a little bit every fucking day. You know?
Yeah, you can't overdo it. That's what I did when I lived hard the last 2 weeks on the road. The last 2 weeks on the road were rough for me because I've just been gone for so long. And then I went to I called you. I said I was going to Barry's boot camp.
Don't go up. Don't go up.
And I pushed it so
We don't want this.
hard.
We don't want this. Wait
And,
for some guys to
now
come
I can't
back.
extend my arms, and my
It's
neck
okay, kill
hurts.
time,
And I
kill
thought I was
time.
having a stroke this morning.
Just
And
enough
it's
time.
like,
40.
yeah, 41.
Listen, man, the game changes after 37.
Yeah.
And what you think you can do in your mind,
Yeah, no, they
really
just
can't
keep.
fucking
Oh, okay,
once
okay.
you're
So
loose.
she's just teabagging. Okay, I mean, if they're gonna
Nobody
waste
can
time
tell you.
DMing, then we're just gonna
once
win.
you're in 35, 40 minutes, nobody can tell you. You'll fucking do it again. And when you walk out,
I was lifting weights like a fucking. I just
These
powered,
are-
just fucking looking at chicks next to me like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
like,
I looked good because it was
yeah,
dark
just
in
die,
there.
fall back.
I
More
had this
fall
shirt
back.
on that made me
Just
look
fall back.
tapered. And then I get out and I woke up and
Don't
I
die
woke
right
up
now,
in bed
please.
last night and I couldn't extend my arms. Like right now, that's as far as I can.
Come on, guys.
Oh
Back,
my
back,
God.
back.
Open them
As far back
and
as
all I
possible.
can
Get
remember
with the
is
team.
like going in the middle of the workout, going maybe I'm going a little too hard, but everyone else was killing it. I was like, I
on,
kept thinking
Tracer.
I'm Mickey Mantle. I can party and I can bring it in and I can
let's go
fucking
left
kill it
side.
the next day. Like, nope, I can't. I'm Lou Gehrig. I'm fucking. My arms are seized up.
you know, Rich Franklin was on the podcast. He's 30 something. We discussed the age isn't that Saturday. Kung Lee fought at 42. And what's his name? Destroyed his
Nice,
face.
good job.
And like I told people, even your eyes, your reaction time slows down.
Yeah.
You think you can still do what you
What?
think. Why
He
do
lived with
baseball
1
players
HP. I'm
fucking
so
disappear?
tilted.
We're getting wiped out.
39.
Can you
It's
switch
over.
to
Your
Reaper,
fucking
please?
eyes, it's over. Your eyes a little bit, you start
Way
squinting
too
a
far
little
in
bit.
now.
If I
It's over.
If I
That's
fuck
what it
around on
is,
my
yeah.
cell phone too much, I
We
start
are
getting.
way too deep
I
now.
can't see. I get short-sighted.
Yeah.
Listen, man, all those motherfuckers. How old was Willie Mays when he got traded to the Mets? He was done. And he was 34. We've extended
Wait,
that.
on,
Willie
guys, we
Mays
all
was
fell back.
34 when you got traded?
I don't know. I don't fucking know. But I'm saying that.
I always thought of
when
Willie
I was
Mays
growing up,
as like 50.
yeah, when he was 50 at the end. When I was growing up, the prime of a fucking baseball player was 28 to 32. That's completely turned around. It's up to 37, 38 now.
Okay, let's go right side. Let's go right side.
Still be
Tracer, come with
productive. Whether they could hit
He
60,
was 41 when he went to the Mets.
40 fucking one.
my age.
And what did he do for 3 years in the Mets? Ugats.
Let's see.
It was horrendous. It was a nightmare.
It's gotta suck to be a pro athlete and have your career over. Like I look at these. I've been watching the UFC highlights on Fox. They do like knockouts.
Yeah.
And you look at like someone who's
They're gone. Half those
it's
people
like,
are
yeah,
gone.
you're like just done.
Or Hilda
You're done,
Winston.
but you're still young. Like I think about, like I was like there's some guys that have flipped it right and then taken their career in fighting and then started businesses like Tate Fletcher. Like he's doing the coffee. He's got he's, every time I see him on, I don't even know him, but every time I see him on Instagram, I'm like, God, it seems like he's doing it right. And then you see guys that you're just like, they're fucking not.
Yeah, it's scary with like Anderson Silva because he was doing fine, and then the last 2 years,
Yes.
just both fights he got hurt.
Yeah, but those guys, it doesn't matter. He's got millions put away. What Anderson Silva will do is people
I think
come
we got
to
this
him and
first.
invest in school. That's it. He
Really?
sells a franchise for $200,000, like McDonald's. Anderson Silva's kickboxing school. You sign up, you send an instructor that you train, and Anderson makes 4 appearances a year.
But wouldn't it be kind of crazy? Like, so yeah, he has the money, but let's say somebody
I'm
came
gonna
to
wait for his
you
like turret to kill 3 people. It's gonna be
and
lit.
basically said you're too old for comedy, your brain's not working as fast, but you can. We'll start selling Joey Diaz comedy books, but you can't do it anymore.
What if they said?
Like-
What if they said? That's a good question. What if they said, how about
never-
It's killing 2 people who
you're
didn't
getting
move.
too
I
old
like
to
that.
tour?
Never
The
like
kids
you
want
should
a
try to
younger
focus
thing.
more on
We'd like to sell
fighting
your
than
act.
with the-
We'd like to franchise your act to younger kids, and they can buy in on your act and they could do your act. Would you do that?
But it must be. I like it's like I'm
Joan
a Red
Rivers
Sox.
was 81, so the question is hypothetical.
I know they can't do that with
George
comedy.
Burns was 150,
But
and
I'm a Red Sox fan, but I respect Derek Jeter. He never wants to quit, but he has to quit this year because he's too old. And
with comedy, you don't age yourself out. You get better.
Right, well, hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's completely. I mean, there's guys who age themselves out because their act is young, and their act just doesn't make sense when they talk about it anymore. Mm-hmm. You know, like there's guys who I remember when I started, there were guys, and I called them like fun boy comics. They were like they'd talk about like parties and chicks and this and it's cool. It's cool. And I mean, but they do that, and I remember thinking, there's no texture, there's no like realness to their.
Who drinks tequila?
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. But did you see David Wilson this year, the running back for the Giants, who had to retire right before preseason because he had like too many neck injuries? He was like 23. He's younger than me. Now he has to retire. It's one of the crazier parts about sports.
What do you do, man? Going into fucking sports, especially now. Let's take GSP. He was intelligent enough to say, that's it. I've got some money put away, and this is how I'm going to go out. Even though I lost a fight to John, whatever, who gives a fuck? I'm just saying here, this is how he went out. And there's other guys like Chuck Liddell that get knocked out 10 times and then realize it's time to fucking quit. You have that decision. They just gave Nogueira 2 more fights. Why? He wants to fight 2 more fights and he's done. Why? Why, guy? Your things are too slow. But you don't see that. And I understand your question, would you? Nobody wants to accept that they're done. Nobody. Not even fucking Mickey Rourke and the wrestler. That's what it was about. Nobody accepts that they're done. Very few go, you know what? I'm planning this. Honest to God, at 51, I didn't want to fucking be on the road. You just said the magic word, guy. You were gone a month. You have 2 daughters.
Yeah.
You were gone a month.
I leave next week for another month.
So you have to look at what you're getting in and what's the cost of you not seeing that.
Yeah.
There's an effect on this, and this is why I don't want the agents controlling what the fuck I do. I gotta come home twice a week, dog. I gotta come home 2 days a week. I have a wife and a kid. I don't give a fuck what your show entails, or what the road, or the Funny Bone in Chicago. That's got nothing to do with me. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I come home on Sunday. I don't know what you're talking about working Sunday nights. I got 2 fucking daughters. Yeah. You know? That's where you decide. These are all the decisions you make as a fucking comic. Or as a whatever, professional athlete. How much more do I want to keep striking the fuck out? I lead the league in home runs. I'm Willie fucking Mays. I'm going to go to the Mets to play what? So somewhere along the line, you're doing that for what reason? What's the reason?
Ego.
Money.
Money. That's the only reason I work the way I work.
Money. You fucked up your money somewhere, and now at 50, you got to fucking catch up, i.e. myself. You think Bobby Slayton wants to be on the road?
No.
Bobby Slayton should have been done with his fucking first show and on to fucking syndication money and now doing 1 weekend a month in Vegas. That's the plan. That's the plan at 51, 55. Doesn't work out. Wendy Levy was on America's Got Fucking Talent last week at 50 fucking something years old.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you know, Rocky LaPorte and Jimmy Stewart were on fucking America, you know. But we only want young comics. All right, good. That's fucking great. But this is how it works out. You know, nobody wants to hear that they're too old to do something. But there's few people that are very smart that go, you know what? Look at me. I'm talking about dirty shit. Nobody wants to see an old guy talking about dirty shit. They applaud it because it's Vets Garage, it's cute and shit. Nobody wants to fucking see a guy. I know this going in, though. I'm that smart that I know that fucking going in. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather drive to Gower and do 2 days on the show and go home. I don't want to be the star. I don't want it to be the Joey Diaz show. I don't want nothing. I don't want top billing. Just work. I wouldn't fucking do this. I don't want to do this in 2 years. I got a fucking kid. I want a kid. I don't want that kid to say like the other one, you weren't around. You weren't around. And I understand. I was out there for you trying to make money. They don't understand that.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I'd rather eat a TV bill and you be gone 6 fucking months. That's their thing, you know. It's just really hard for fucking.
I wish I could explain to them,
Yeah.
though. Like I had a conversation.
Put that air on? It's hot in there.
I wish I could explain to Georgia that if we didn't have money, we'd have stress in our relationship with me and Leanne. Like if I said I'm just like, I can't even imagine, because I'm still do the road. I still do the road. I mean, the problem is I'm doing this thing now called Call In Sick to Work shows, where I go in, fly in Thursday night, do radio from 8 to 10, drink on radio, then go right to the club and everyone calls in sick to work, and then we do a show Friday at 11, and then I get on a plane and I go home for the weekend. And that's great, but the problem is now because I have so much more extra time. Now TV just starts filling it up, and you know this. I don't think it's going to be around forever. I don't think TV's going to be around forever. I look at it and I go, I'd love to work at Travel Channel for another 20 years, but I don't know when they're going to be done with me. So I just like, hey, fuck it. I'm gonna work as hard as I can when they want me to work.
This is Gabriel talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like the stand up. I don't know when it's going to start to fall apart. Like right now, it's selling tickets, but not like I'm not selling tickets like Rogan. Like and then what do you do? What if you have that Jeff Dunham time where the clubs don't even want you, and then all of a sudden now you're Jeff. I don't know, man. I get stressed about that all the time.
I get stressed. It's just amazing that they try to tell you what you can and you cannot do. And age is just a fucking number. But it's really a number in your head and how you feel.
And it is crazy too, because my dad worked in nightclubs and on the radio, so he was home most of the day, but he was gone at nights. And then, it is tough. Like I'd be like, oh, he's the dad who's not at the sporting events. And as a kid, you feel bad.
I'm that dad. I just realized when you said that I'm that fucking dad.
You feel bad as a kid a little bit, but now looking back at it, like I see how hard I'm starting to work.
Yeah. You respect them at 30, but I always thought that a man's job was to go out and work. That's how I was raised. That a woman stays fucking home and a guy goes out and works whatever the fuck they need.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck they need. 22 hours a fucking day, whatever, But then again, it's just amazing that you can't. And I found out the hard way in my first marriage that you can't. That's the attitude I had. I just didn't want to be home. You ever fucking see people? Then I have a friend that for years, I go to their parties and the husband wasn't home. Kid's birthday party. Oh, he's coming. He's working on a TV show. And I remember leaving there one day and my wife going, something wasn't fucking right, man.
Yeah.
It's 8 o'clock on a Sunday. And I go, that motherfucker don't want to come home. I know, man.
Yeah.
There's a point in the life, and sure enough, 3 months later, they were done. They were done. That's the chick that went down to Mexico to get the kidney from drinking too much.
Oh, Jesus.
Drinking too much. They couldn't give her a kidney here in the United States. She said, fuck, let's go to Mexico.
She got a kidney?
Yeah, she got a kidney. She's back in Ohio now. And every time she calls, she sounds drunk.
Be careful that they don't die,
I
okay?
can go to Frenchman's fuck, She's drinking. What can you do? You already got a new kidney. And it's Mexico. You call them on Friday, they'll have that kidney ready for you on Sunday.
I wonder how hard. I wonder if I could. That sounds like a good TV show.
Buying illegal.
Yeah, just all the illegal, illicit
Fingers,
shit you can get
kidneys,
anywhere.
Eyeballs and shit.
Like just
watch them like drag a chick in the back and stab her.
Yeah.
And give you like the ear and hold her ear and shit. And then like sewing the ear on things. It's just amazing. Like the other day, I don't have a calendar for 2015. So they keep calling me with these dates. I'm in my car, I'm like, yeah. And the other day I said, hey man, let me call him. Go, yo, give me the dates while I'm here. And he started giving me dates. I go, you gotta get rid of that. Well, they offered you this. I go, it's 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. I'm 51. Yeah, but I'm telling you, you don't want me to cancel the week out, do you? No. Okay then, get rid of that. They had me from the first week of January to like the third week of March. And I was like, no. This is what I don't want to do. This is when they put you out and they just burn you out. And then one day you have nothing. And we've all seen it before.
Yeah.
That's what scares me. That's what scares me.
You hear those stories too. You
see them.
Mitch
I
Hedberg.
see them.
Mitch Hedberg.
Mitch Hedberg was doing great when he died.
Yeah.
He was doing great when he died. They put him out there without thinking. They didn't give a fuck. I'm sure that the people that were handling Mitch Hedberg today know that there's a skeleton in their closet. And any day they're going to get hit with a fucking rock to their car. He got out of a rehab on a Friday and they already had him on a tour, didn't they?
Yeah.
Isn't that the story? They already had him on a fucking tour. They didn't give a fuck about his money or his well-being or his family or whatever. It was nothing. And, he was using within 2 weeks after that fucking tour.
Are there any agents who don't work on commission? Because when you think about it, like, let's say, I know you make more than this, but let's just say you made $1,000 a weekend. That means the agent only makes $100. So for him to make anything, he has to have 10 guys doing that.
Yeah.
So I understand why they put people out there. But could you call your agent and be like, listen, I'm going to give you $150,000. This is what I want. And you're going to make this no matter what. But
I don't know how.
No. You don't want that. You want your agent to You want that incentive for your agent to make
you always
more
want
money.
Incentive, though.
Because if you say I'll give you $150,000, he'll be like, well then great, I got my money. Who else can I get? You want him to be like, I remember Matt Frost when I worked with Frosty, and I just had George, and I was broke. I was so broke, and I remember him saying very candidly, or maybe it was Barry Katz saying it. Someone said, listen, he only makes like I was making $750 a weekend featuring. He's like, for him, the amount of time he spends to book you featuring, he's only getting like $75.
Yeah.
And he was like, he could do the exact same amount of work for Dane Cook and get $1,000.
And that's why features, those people that come to you, I need a booking agent. You ain't going to get a booking agent. You're making $500 a week.
You're not going to get a booking agent when you're making $1,200 a week.
That means 10 bookings. It's $500. You know how many fucking bookings? How long you got to be on the phone to get 10 bookings?
Exactly. Yeah, that's my point. So, like, I can understand why they put Mitch Hedberg out right out of rehab. They're like, fuck. He's going to make me money.
No, I don't get that point. Especially when we got 8 other killers in that lineup. You got 8 other killers on your tent. Mitch Hedberg could have gone home for a month and rested. He had enough money. He had some deal money.
Oh, no, I understand.
But no.
Yeah,
You don't understand. You don't understand. If you're my agent, you care about me. He just getting out of rehab.
But do they?
No.
Yeah.
They don't. And this is what I'm saying to you. I've told him 1,000 times. Ari's like fucking fanatic about it.
Yeah?
Ari will tell him 2 weeks a month. Anything after that, I'm not doing it.
Really?
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. I don't give a fuck. I got other shit going on. I'm a dad. I got a podcast. I'm trying to get in shape. I don't have it. I couldn't do a productive job. It's the law of diminishing returns if I went out 3-4 weeks a month. I don't click without being home Monday through Wednesday. It just don't click for me. I don't give a fuck. Me and Lee were planning a podcast too, and I told him, it just doesn't click for me. It does. I can't focus.
How often do you guys do your podcast?
Mondays and Wednesdays.
Yeah?
Yeah, Mondays and Wednesdays. It just doesn't click for me. I can't, go out every fucking... I like flying early. I like doing my shit early. Those shows at night, that means I cut down on my sleep. That means I'm not healthy. When you're on the road, you're not fucking healthy.
Oh, dude, I'm not healthy at all.
You're eating shit unless you force yourself to eat oatmeal.
I start getting stomach pains.
Yeah, how you going to eat oatmeal in a hotel when they got beautiful eggs? You wake up in the morning, you smell the bacon.
They got waffles. You can make waffles in the bucket.
But you got to eat oatmeal because if not, you got 4 weeks on the road. After 4 weeks, you'll be 30 fucking pounds heavier. 30 fucking pounds heavier.
Like nothing, yeah.
Like nothing.
Yeah.
You won't even see it come up. And there's no scales on the road. No hotel's got a scale.
Only Vegas has a scale that's 22 pounds lighter. So you get on it, you're like, look at me, I lost weight on the road. This is bullshit. These pants, you stop putting my fucking pants in the dryer, you dumb bitch. I lost 22 fucking pounds. And all of a sudden you go down and start eating, and you go back to your fucking scale. Go to a fucking scale in your house, and then go to a scale in fucking Vegas. It's like the House of Horrors.
Oh, it's like go to the
house.
You're
like Slim Jim Magoo. You're like, where'd the fat go? Then you go back to your fucking dose of reality in your house.
The worst is when I go to get on a scale every time I get on a helicopter, because they got to weigh you. And you get on a scale and they're fucking accurate. And they don't let you take off your shoes and take out all the stuff out of your pockets. And I always feel fat as fuck.
What's the weight limit for a helicopter?
Well, it depends on how big the helicopter is. But usually, I think, based on how far it's based on fuel and how many people they got. And we always bring equipment. So, we took a bunch of we went heli skiing. So you go 10,000 feet. So... everyone gets.
You jumped out of a helicopter skiing?
Yeah, it lands.
Oh, okay.
It lands on top of a mountain.
Oh shit!
And then you ski down the glacier.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, I got a bunch of dangerous shit coming up. Going scuba diving in Fiji, doing this rope swing in New Zealand. I go skateboarding down a volcano in Hawaii. I'm riding motorcycles through Alabama, and then. I'm doing my Call in Sick to Work show in Edmonton on the 10th, I think. But I'm doing one in Edmonton with Bill, Terry, and Steve. I go and do radio there, then go to the club. But then I got, what else? And then I'm in Utah. I'm living on a houseboat and we fucking hired this guy.
It's amazing how long it takes and how much work it takes to make 22 minutes of TV.
Dude, you have no fucking idea.
It's amazing.
It takes 4 days for us to make. It takes 5 total. 6 really if you count in travel days. And if you count in casting days, we're talking 7 days to make 22 minutes of TV. You'd think you could do it so quick.
And it costs so much money, but your show must be 10 times cheaper than a scripted show.
Oh, yeah.
Even with all the travel, and it's crazy.
We've taken up the budget a little bit trying to make it look beautiful, because we want it to look pretty. So we got like extra. We got this Movi camera. We got a fucking drone. We've gotten so much shit to make it look cool because we're doing badass shit. And you're watching kids shoot shit on their fucking cell phones and get 1 million hits.
Yeah.
So we're like, fuck it, we're gonna take it up. So this season we've just added in like just making sure it looks pretty.
And it's amazing how many seasons have you done?
This is the 4th.
Because you hear that Utopia bombed, like beyond bombed, that Fox $50 million reality show Fox tried to do.
Are you serious?
It got like a 2 something.
Got a 2 something?
It got killed by a rerun of Big Bang Theory, and Fox put $50 million into it.
Fuck Fox and their $50 million into a reality show. You know, like it's always like somebody has to do something outrageous.
Yeah.
Then when it fails, it's something that has been done for years for fucking $50,000 or whatever the fuck. They have to put what in? $50 million?
They put $50 million into Utopia. I read today.
You know, it's just that it's so. You sit there and you say to yourself, who makes these fucking decisions? Which 8 geniuses, and they sit around with their suits and their water, and they sit there like they're fucking some god that knows everything. And they're a bunch of fucking college-educated dummies. And that's what the problem is, that they never take somebody from the bottom up. They never take, I heard that Club Helium.
Yeah.
I heard something very interesting about the owner. That before he opened up the club, he hired comedians. He paid like 5 comedians to sit with him. He went across the country and he paid comedians to tell him what they liked and didn't like about clubs. And when you go to Helium, in Philly, it's no fucking Taj Mahal. I mean, they haven't fixed the air in 20 fucking years. But get something to eat there. Order a drink at Helium. See how fast you get it. Order food. See how fucking fast you get it.
The green room's great. I love the green room.
Go to the one in Portland. Order a Cuban sandwich. What do I hate more than hummus?
Bad Cuban sandwich?
What do I hate more than hummus?
Ranch dressing?
They have a spicy red ranch dressing in Portland, Oregon that they give you with tater tots. Must I say any more? Spicy ranch dressing that's red. I didn't even know it was spicy ranch.
You ate it?
Ate it, and it was like, this is brilliant.
Yeah.
And then she told me what it was, and I almost swallowed my fucking tongue. Okay? I'm talking, they treat you right. They put you in a medium hotel. And this is what you do.
He's smart as fuck. Mark Gross.
Mark
is his name.
Gross.
He came up to me and we were talking about the podcast, and we were talking about like what,
He'll do a weekend of podcast.
Yeah.
He believes in podcasts. Go to a club and go, I want to do a weekend of podcast. They'll go. It's not going to work in my club. Really? It's like somebody fucking, let's talk about it. Mrs. Pat's manager told her not to do a podcast.
What?
So, this is what I'm talking about, how management and agencies and sometimes...
Who's Mrs. Pat's manager?
Some fucking dude. And maybe, but this is just to let you know that what goes on in comedy, like when people get involved. Like I have a friend that's really fucking talented, and I used to catch him on the phone with his managers, and he'd be going over material. And I'd ask him, what the fuck are you doing? Well, if you want to build the show, you got to have a certain type of material. That guy's a fucking jerk-off. That guy's a hard time writing a letter to his mother. And you're going to ask him how to write a fucking joke.
But it's kind of sad that a lot of times those people will succeed. And, yeah, the reality shows or the show might fail, but they don't get fired. Like, I can't believe how many people probably don't get fired.
Listen, $50 million, you're getting fucking fired.
Well, that
Lee.
one probably.
You're getting fucking fired, okay? $50 fucking million. You sat there with your stupid suit and your white teeth and your suntan and told me how it was gonna fucking work, okay? And it didn't. What the fuck do you have to say?
Yeah, well,
You're fired.
That one, yeah. But most people, like I was driving down.
Be a fucking writer and come up with shoot a pilot for a network, and the show gets canceled at the 4th time. When will they see that writer again? The next day? You think they're gonna see him the next day? You've fallen off fucking grace.
No, that's true. But I was driving down Sunset, and that girl from Will and Grace has a new TV show.
Deborah Messing.
That I'm sure she's a very nice lady. I'm sure everyone working on it's very nice. But that show looks terrible. And then they have a TV show coming out called like Blackish on ABC or CBS.
Deborah Messing had a show on for 7 years. The difference between her and Joe Diaz, whether she's not funny or this fucking mud over here, is that it's a proven winner for 7 years. Why do you think they keep putting VIP on? How many more shows are they gonna give that fucking lady from Seinfeld? How many more fucking shows they're gonna give that fucking lady? How many more?
1,000.
Okay then, but when they go when Bert Kreischer, who's funnier than hell, and they're like, let's put Bert Kreischer on. No, She's had a successful, and you sit there going, Seinfeld was 15 fucking years ago. It doesn't matter.
Right.
They're gonna keep giving her shows. Andy Dick will be on TV, even though he takes his dick out 80 times. Bert, this kid's a nice kid. He don't do fucking drugs. He's got a nice family, nice wife, funny, sells tickets. Would HBO give him a special? Would they even consider it? No. They give Rob Klein a special. And they give the guy that gets arrested 80 times. That doesn't give a fuck about society. I'm a fan of cats, but you cannot put your logic to it. You know, they gave Dane Cook one, but Bill Burr is a great comic. How come they didn't give Bill Burr a special? No, they'll give some old fucking comic from 20 fucking years ago a special. Rob Klein.
They need to sell it. They need to sell it up the ladder too. So they can't just come in and go, "Bert's funny." They need someone. Their boss goes, "Who's Bert? I've never heard of him. I'm the head of comedy development. If I've never heard of Bert, then you don't know what the fuck you're talking about."
No, and that's why I'm happy I'm out of working in television. It's just they have I worked at one production company that had a development department that must have worked on 50 sizzle reels. Not one of them ever made it to TV. It took them 4 years to get something made, and it's just these people are making like I was making $10 an hour, and these people are making 120 grand a year, rolling in their morning in their Mercedes, and they haven't done anything.
Nothing.
But then you run into execs that do know what they're fucking doing.
Oh no, there's definitely some.
When you run into ones that you do know what you're doing, you'll do you'll jump through.
Well, they've been in the business for 30 years.
Yeah.
They started on a show as a writer. They knew something. They moved them up. They were somewhere, you know. They know the business backwards and frontwards. You know, I know comedy backwards and frontwards. I could open up a comedy club and stop this shit on the road and do great with it. Because we know the fucking business. My calling is comedy.
I wonder if I could.
Yeah, my calling is comedy. But you think about it, how come Tim Allen hasn't opened up a chain of comedy clubs? Like fucking Roseanne Barr. It would be the easy fucking thing to put the improvs out of business. Any top comedian, Dane Cook could lock up the fucking improvs tomorrow if he wanted.
But at what point do you, since you've been in it a while, do you have more knowledge? But at a certain point, it seems like you get stuck in the old ways, and that's when new things don't happen. Like it seems like at a certain point, it goes from you have a lot of experience, and then you're just stubborn and nothing changes. It's a weird transition.
Well, you know, if anything about me, that I'm not stubborn.
Not you.
You know that I give everything a shot. There's a certain era of comics, the ones before like Rogan, like Angel, Bobby Slayton, Wendy Liebman, Felicia. They're a grap above us. I've always found that those older guys, like none of them have podcasts. Angel doesn't even have a Twitter page. You know, they do things, the way they do things. Ralphie does things the way he does things. I argue with Ralphie all the time. He does. We all have ways, but you have to listen, and some way you have to. There's a pattern, and you learn from other comics what they do and fail with. But what might fail for Bert might work for me. What might fail for me might work for Bert.
Yeah.
So you live and learn from experience. You know, how many times have you said something to me and I've hit you with an answer already thought out, and you're like, how'd you know that? I've been doing this for 20 fucking years. Mm-hmm. We had a friend that used to want to replace podcasts with videos. And I used to say all the time, the videos aren't going to work. And against me, she'd always make fucking videos, and they'd get 130 fucking hits. The 3 hours you put into that video, 1 hour you could have been writing a fucking joke and gotten more mileage off that fucking joke. There's just little things that you just fucking know because you've done them 1,000 fucking times. You know, I'll take a comic that's been doing comedy for 2 years and say, look, don't go nowhere where you ain't supposed to be. Every comic has heard that line. Guess what? Bert don't know what he's talking about. I'm going out of the improv and I'm going to do 10 minutes. And then I bomb. He told you that for a fucking reason. I've been doing this for so long. When a comic is telling me something, I already know the outcome before they're telling me. They're telling me their story and I already know what the fuck happened. I already know what happened, how it happened. But he called me. Listen, they didn't call you. They didn't call you. But you don't want to call them out. You don't want to argue with nobody. You hear their story, you tell them whatever. But I know before you're telling me to move what you did. You know, comics have a weird thing that once we do well at the 2-year mark, who calls CAA? Oh, yeah. Have you ever heard of Joey Diaz? No. You will now. Fuck you. You know, you go to the Comedy Store. Let's say you could do a showcase with Bert. It's very hard for me to go, Bert, take a look at my set. Tell me what you think. Don't ask me that. Don't fucking ask me to tell you what to think of my set. I would never ask you, take a look at my set, tell me what you think, because what's the difference? You know what I'm saying? But if you're going to put me in that position, and then you're going to tell me my job, then you're going to say to me, well, what'd you think? Oh, it was pretty funny. In your mind, you know he's a 4.
Yeah.
He's a glorified fucking MC. He's not even a feature yet. Then he tells you, I got a sister that lives in L.A. Maybe I'll go out there and do spots at the Comedy Store, whatever. And you try to look at him and go, do me a favor. Stay out of the Comedy Store, the Improv, and the Laugh Factory. Go to this guy's room, go to this guy's room. They're out of the loop, get a taste of what LA is. I want you to go to the Comedy Store and see what it's like. Yeah. And that's it. Guess what this guy's going to do?
Send right side.
And he's going to go up to James Massad and say, I'm from Chicago and shit. I'm from Jersey. I just killed the other night. Let me do some time. And Jamie's going to say, okay, go up there and do 7 minutes. And this moron,
Right after Dom
top
Rivera.
left.
right after Dom Rivera, and this moron who's been doing
top,
comedy
sorry.
for 2 years, who's got 18 minutes of material, 14 of it about his local area. You know what I'm saying? So if he's from Indiana, he's got 14 minutes of Indiana. And without knowing, he's going to go up there and throw that Indiana joke. And he's going to throw 2 other jokes and bomb. And he's going to call you a week later and go, I was at the Laugh Factory and Jamie recognized me. You know, and he told me to go up on stage and how'd you do your bump? Now, next time you call Jamie, he's not going to put you remembered you bumped. You went somewhere you did not belong.
Did you learn that from doing it yourself?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
we all did it.
Yeah.
We all went somewhere. We went. For me, it was the truth.
Yeah.
20 years ago, comedy used to have the what's the whiskey company?
Weird group, guys.
No.
Doers?
Daniels.
Johnny Walker.
Okay.
Johnny Walker did the biggest comedy competition in this country. Alcohol companies. Then Beck's. I was the winner of the Rocky Mountain area Beck's amateur comedy competition. And then one of my friends went to the judges and said, he made $5 2 years ago with me. I swear to God, ever tell you that?
That was a
My
waste.
second gig was a $5 gig for gas for the Denver Broncos. I got on stage on a Tuesday, and they offered me a Wednesday the following week. Hey, what are you doing next Wednesday? You want to do a comedy show for the Denver Broncos? It doesn't pay. Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's some guy that got $8,000 and gave me $5 for gas. So he gave 3 of us $5. We each did 5 minutes, all of his bond. He gave us $5. When I won the Beck's comedy competition, like an hour after they gave me the check, one of the judges came up to me and said, did you take $5 for a gig? Because if you did, you're not really an amateur. I go, are you fucking serious? But anyway, not to get away from that.
Really?
One of the big comedy competitions in this country was the Johnny Walker comedy contest. They did 4 regions, then they put everybody up against each other. Well, they came to Denver. And I fucking said, fuck this shit.
Ash on
This
the
is
left.
way before material, the class I took. And I went down and stood on line and got the number and waited around. And I went up there and did 3 minutes, guys, and you have no fucking idea. You have no fucking idea how bad it was. But the guy that was one of the judges was the booker for 3 clubs in Denver. So, guess what happened?
You got booked.
No.
You didn't get booked, yeah.
The guy hated
oh,
me.
yeah, he fucking hated you, yeah.
After everybody told me, don't go down
Sorry.
until you have some time under your belt, because that guy's a scumbag. He's dead now, but
So does part of you think maybe you shouldn't tell people not to go down there because they have to learn that lesson?
they have to learn it on their own. They have to go up
Yeah.
in front of someone, and people do it all the time. They go to the Comedy Store, went up in front of Mitzi Shore, bombed, and then you can't go back up in front of him. If you're not ready, that's why I tell people, don't go nowhere you don't belong. Well, I'm networking. You network on stage. When you go on stage and you kill, that's the #1 network you can have.
LA, that's a big LA
That'll
thing too.
get out like fucking like herpes. That'll get out like HIV.
If you
Kill on stage, that's the #1 thing that gets out. Everything else is background music. You go to the Improv and drink every night and shake everybody's hand. It don't. Who's that? Some fucking drunk guy.
Dude, there's a lot of those guys.
Yeah.
That you just sit around, you're like, I know it. Is that
I
guy
know
a
it.
comic or an agent? I see
We
him
did
all the
we
time.
did a gig one time in Buffalo, man. Hey, who do I talk to for a spot here? What are you talking about? What are you fucking talking about?
Do you think it's still possible, like you said, so if a comic comes here and is killing on stage, but let's say he doesn't know the right agent, let's say he doesn't have the best website or Twitter page, could he still rise up, or do you
He
still...
doesn't even need none of that shit.
Yeah.
Funny is funny, Joe.
You still think it will
And
work?
the word will get out. And somebody, because the comics will give you love. The word will, you don't need none of that shit. That shit's all bullshit. That shit can come later. I'm talking when you're focusing on stand-up. If I'm getting into stand-up today, I shouldn't even have a fucking Twitter page.
Yeah,
Okay.
If you're a young stand-up, you should not have.
I should have a Twitter page. Nothing. Get off it. You're just gonna fuck yourself. Get off it. Focus on the important thing. Getting funny. Then get the social network. Then you get your Twitter and your Instagram and you jerking off with your buddies. But for right now, what did he say in Apocalypse Now? What's he fucking say? I'm sitting in this hotel room by Charlie squatting in the bush. Every time squat in the bush, he gets fucking strong. I get weaker sitting in this fucking hotel room. So when you're in your room figuring out 140 characters, some fucking kid with no life, a day job, losing home with his mother is on stage.
Don't push the fire, don't push the fire.
He's got his mother's car. Meanwhile, you're thinking about doing, he's doing.
Couldn't let Mercy Rez.
You got to be obsessed with it.
You got to be obsessed with it. And with comedy, the first 90 days, you got to be out every night. There's no girlfriend. There's no my feet
I miss
hurt.
that shit.
Yeah, there's no. That's when you go out with a group of guys.
I should swing by the Ha Ha Cafe tonight and try to do a set.
I got you.
Ha Ha Cafe, is that what it's called?
Yeah. What's his name?
Divolo.
I've never done there. I've never done it there.
Go down there and say hello.
I feel like I should do it.
It's really amazing how I know when I talk to a guy that just gets here, what he's going to do by what he's telling me. By what they're telling me.
Dude, morons love to talk. They love to fucking just tell you all the things they got going on. Like, you know what? Someone said to me the other day. I said to me yesterday. He's like, "So what you got going on?" And
Oh my God, that's horrible. Nice old
literally,
room.
They're going Kansas.
I said to myself, I can do two things. I can tell him, and then or just say nothing and make him feel good about himself, and I feel good about myself, and I just go, nothing, man. We're just working, trying to get by. Because that is what I'm doing. Like if my dad said, "What do you got going on?" I'd say nothing. Even though I do have stuff going on, that's not important.
Yeah. What do you think? Because I don't know if you've noticed. Every once in a while, I just look at the comedy charts on iTunes
Ash high
just to
left.
see where the podcasts are and everything. If you've noticed, there's a lot at the top right now of like Vine and YouTube stars. So like, what can that be like when
On
like
stand up or
on like comedy podcasts? So like what is it like when they bring
Genji
in
behind.
like there's Bo Burnham who made it from YouTube and is a YouTube star that they
Genji on
bring out,
point.
but there must be hundreds of them who got brought out because they have a lot of views and agents think they're great, but then they can't handle it.
you could funk them. You could fake the funk for a little while. You could fake the funk for a little while, and then you can't fucking fake it. No.
I can't even think of the names that fake the funk, but you know who they are.
Good game,
Where
guys.
you're like, yeah, whatever happened to that guy?
Good stuff.
Yeah.
They just stop. They give up, man. They don't have they don't have the passion. There's a lot of guys that you see that are Vine sensations or there's a guy that I had on my podcast, Rye Dune.
Yeah.
Really nice guy. And I told him, I said, you can keep doing Vine, but you got to get on stage. If you want to be a comic, your comedy's got to be better than your Vines.
And they were already headlining them. I saw one because I look at Vines, like some of them are funny, and they have this thing going around where they have meetup events that cost like over $100 a ticket for little girls to go see, and they go and they jump around on stage at 17, and they're making thousands of dollars. Or that Rye Dune, I listened to that podcast. He said he'd only been doing comedy a few years.
2 years.
And he was already headlining shows at the Improv because he has 5 million
But
Vine followers.
that's his path. That's his path. He's got to deal. And I'm not saying anything bad about Rye Dune, but he's got to deal with what's going to happen is the day he gets on the theater show and he's booked with Louis C.K. and he's been only doing it 5 years. That's his stress. That's not your stress. That's not my stress. And I don't begrudge him at all. I want him. I wish him the best of luck. But, I'll put it from me and my perspective is that I got put into the industry very quickly, and I got a sitcom. I got a sitcom deal with Will Smith. My first 6 months of doing stand up. My second year, I got a sitcom deal at CBS, and then I got a TV show. And I remember telling Patrice O'Neill at a table in Scotland. Like, I was like, I got shit made. And Patrice was like, no. He was like, I feel bad for you because you think you do. But when that goes away, you'll have nothing. And he's like, until the day where you have a foundation of work where you can fall back on that and you can go, well, if this shit goes away, at least I can make $4,000 a week on the road. And I remember thinking he was out of his fucking mind. But let me tell you something. When that shit fucking went away, I had nothing. I hadn't fucking got into the clubs in LA. I hadn't done anything on the road. And I had to start all over hosting. I had 2 fucking TV shows. And I had to go back and host at the Improv. And luckily I was funny because I had done stand-up. But I had to host. And I was hosting for Drew Carey. He'd do Thursday nights there. I went out and hosted on the road. Like, that's fucking... And hopefully Rydun will never have to do any of that shit. But if he does, that's his path. And he's got to deal with that shit.
Do you almost wish that... Do you ever look back and be like, well, I wish maybe I didn't get those deals, even though it was a lot of money?
No, I would have never... I would have given up.
Really?
I don't have the fucking constitution that Ari has. I listened to Ari's podcast where he talked about his failures.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you something, man. I'm really lucky that I never fucking went by the Comedy Store. Mitzi Shore would have broken my spirit. I'm very fragile with not now, but when I first started, I took advice from anybody. Like if you gave me advice, I took it to heart. I literally, and if Mitzi had said you're not funny, I would have been like, I guess I'm not funny. I would have never. I remember I had a girlfriend that I dated for like 5 years, and then we were laying in bed one morning, and I told her I was in college. I said I want to be a stand-up comedian. She goes, "Oh, honey, you're not like funny. You're like frat boy, stupid funny." And I didn't tell anyone I wanted to be a comic again for fucking 2 years. I didn't say, people would say you're funny. I'm like, nah, that's not me.
Or maybe.
I mean, like, Mitzi would have broken me. I listened to Ari's podcast where he kind of broke down.
Yeah, because Joey, you got past pretty quickly. Not that you're not funny, but you got past within a week or so, right?
Yeah.
And Ari said he had to do that like 35 times, he said. Like, do you ever think about, like if you had done that, do you think you would have stayed in LA?
That was the only thing I did get. Do
Okay.
you follow me? When most people get here, they get on stage 3 or 4 times, 3-yard signs on. They get an agent. They go to fucking Montreal. I didn't get that. I got to town January 27th. I got on stage the first night at the Comedy Store. The next night, the Laugh Factory. Jamie told me not to come back. He goes, "You're a nightclub comic. This is the Sunset Strip, buddy. You're wasting your time."
You know what Jamie told me? You go long. Which it's such a weird fucking thing to say. I never went long, but he goes, "You go long, buddy." And I go, it made no sense. And so then I got fucking horrible advice from a fucking moron, and I followed that advice. And then this fucking guy, I won't say his name because it'll sound like I'm shitting on him. He was like, "You know what you need to do? You need to buy Jamie some weed and go get high with him." So I fucking thought this guy knew everything. So I got a fucking bag of weed, and I came over to the fucking Laugh Factory, and I went upstairs with Jamie, and we got high. And I was like, I remember sitting there thinking, I am so fucking out of integrity right now. Because this is not who I am, and this is not what I want to be doing with my life. I don't care if Jamie likes me. I remember sitting in that little fucking creepy, that Persian office upstairs, and I would be like, I don't want to be here. I don't even like Jamie. Like, I remember going like, I don't even like this guy. Like, and what am I going to be, his friend? I'm only his friend so I can get work. And I was like, and I don't even like working in this club. I didn't like the comics working that club at the time. And I was like, what the fuck am I doing here? And I literally walked out. I left, and I was like, all right, I'm just going to focus on the Improv. Because they were giving me hosting gigs, and that was like an ego thing in LA, was to just host. So I started hosting at the Improv, and thank God.
Well, wasn't Jamie, and I'm not shitting on him, but
I'm not shitting on Jamie either.
I've heard on podcasts, wasn't he a dishwasher at the store?
I don't know what he was.
And now he owns a club and can tell people if they're funny or not?
Well, that's what it was. And he told me the second night I wasn't funny. So I was heartbroken, but what are you going to do? What are you going to fucking do? All right, I won't go to the Laugh Factory.
That's what I was like, then, I guess I go long. I guess I won't go here anymore.
I set up something at the fucking Comedy Store, and I did a showcase, and she told me to come back next week and do something. And I came back next week, and she passed me. I was a regular there, and then I went to the Improv, and the guy there was a drunk.
Got the boys' chip?
Of a guy. And he used to sit in the window. Older guy. He was there for years. He used to sit in the window. One night there was Latin night on Sunday nights. This is 1997.
Oh, yeah, I'm not around.
I got off, and he came downstairs, and he goes, "I want you to be a regular." So I was a regular at 2 of the 3 clubs, and I was satisfied with that. I was very satisfied with that. But Mitzi always loved me for who I was. That character.
I'm healing. Get him out.
But that's where it ended. People around me were getting deals at the Comedy Store. People around me were signing with ICM and 3 Arts and CAA and fucking Gersh. And I wasn't getting none of that love. So we all have our different heartaches. You know, I never went to fucking Montreal. I never got a fucking deal.
There's a truth.
I don't like that shit.
I don't know what none of that shit is. I don't even know what none of that shit is. So yeah, I got discouraged. You know, Christmas Day I got up, December 18th of 2003. I read with Travolta. I read with Dave DeVito. They told me to come back tomorrow at 11 o'clock. You're gonna read for the director. It was 10:30. I went in the shower. When I came out, there was a message. I picked it up and I said, the director hired somebody last night in New York. You know, you didn't get the fucking job. That movie, Undefeated, Undisputed, with Wesley Snipes and Ving Rhames, where they fight in the fucking prison. The Mike Tyson story. When he went to prison, he had to fight that guy. I was up for that fucking. They came to see me at the Laugh Factory. Fucking the director of that movie.
John Grad behind us.
Came to the fucking Laugh Factory.
Some top of the train.
Didn't get that job. Then Travolta see me again for another movie. He was gonna play Jimmy Roselle. Monday morning, 10 o'clock, we go to the fucking callback. It's me and Mike and Molly.
Billy Gardell.
And we're both there to read. They were gonna give us both the role. They liked us so much.
Yeah.
Jimmy Roselle hung out with stand-up comics. They would drive him to gigs, they would sing, and he would do two. Jimmy Roselle was a singer, an Italian singer from Hoboken that Sinatra blackballed. He didn't sing at Sinatra's mother's birthday party, so Sinatra said, "You're done." And the guy had to sell albums out of his fucking trunk. Anybody who anybody who hired him as a gig, Sinatra would send fucking the mob to burn the fucking place down. Travolta was gonna do it. Ready to go. We both had the role. They canned the movie. Travolta did the movie about space with fucking Scientology, with the things coming out of his fucking head. We all have heartaches, guys.
Yeah.
Every comedian has fucking heartaches, and it's how you take them. You know, you could sit there for 30 days with the thing, go to the Comedy Store. What's up? I could have got the Travolta movie. I didn't get it. Or you could just brush yourself off. You'll fucking grab a blow and you come back tomorrow.
The problem is, this is the problem that arises in that is you become so resilient as a comic that you are almost more comfortable in failure than you are success. Like, I know for a fact, like, I got so good at getting things not picked up that once something got picked up, I was like, well, fuck, now I'm really uncomfortable. Now I feel like I don't have a footing. I don't know who the fuck I am anymore. Like, I loved failure. Like, failure was fun, you know? Get fucking all the clubs loved you, but you just bailed, fucking bad audition after bad audition. Then when you get it, you're like, well, shit, I was good that one time. I don't know if I can do it again. I forgot this is live right now. And someone just tweeted me, Waterboxer tweeted me, and I was like, that's so fucking odd that he would say that, and I just said that.
It's
Lee, I didn't think you need the other half.
Yeah,
of that,
he's
Lee.
not getting. I told him there's only 10 milligrams.
Lee, that was a baby dose.
That was not a baby dose.
That was a baby dose.
Why are you throwing me under the bus?
Because you're here.
Oh,
it's so weird that whenever somebody would call me and say, no, you know, you didn't get this role, or you're not going to Montreal, or this agent doesn't want to sign you. Any of those things, I always said, well, I just got to know if I'm closer to my yes.
Is it like the same thing as a heartbeat? You have a certain amount of no's you have to get through?
Yeah, so I'm closer to my yes. Every time I get a no, I'm closer to my yes. And I got that from selling cars. I got that from selling cars.
There's an recent behind us inside the house.
You know, every call you make and they answer is one less call. That's it. Eventually, and you don't, like I said, didn't I say it the other day? The more things you do in this town, the more opportunities you go to meetings and this and that. Eventually, you're going to get something. Hopefully it's something big. Sometimes it's a $100 a day movie. Sometimes it's a co-star. Sometimes it's a home run out of a fucking park.
Well, how do you... And because a lot of times you talk to me and you talk about it on the podcast that sometimes now you say no to things. But if some things you might not, if you were just saying sometimes you have to go to things because you never know when it's going to be yes, when it's going to be a home run. How do you make the decision to say no? Or do you ever worry about it? Or have you ever had something you said no to blow up? Because it seems like you would have to.
I say no to things from experience. I'm saying yes and having my nose wide open. When you first come to this town, you do everything. People call you up. I got a spot in Chino Sunday, 10 o'clock. Okay. And then you realize Chino's fucking 3 hours away and you got a spot at the store. You know, for years when I started booking, I was infatuated with auditions. Once I started booking. Oh my God, I was infatuated. I'd get up in the morning and go on breakdowns.com, then I go on showfax.com, then I go on Actors Access, and I'd submit myself, and from 5 to 7 I wouldn't take a personal call. I would just fucking get off the fucking computer before you even know that of me. I wouldn't take a personal call. I would just wait there for breakdowns because I didn't want to be on the phone with Lee and my agent call. Fuck that shit. I gotta be there. And I mean, I would go in for everything. I went in for everything. I didn't give a fuck. Co-stars, guest stars, I didn't give a fuck. And then I realized one day, what's the point? You can't live your life with your nose open like a fucking baboon. You can't do everything. You know? And now I'd say no to things from experience. If you call me with $100 day movie, Joey, it's a great role for you. You're a strip club owner and 20 chicks suck your dick. That's great. But strip club owner, it's a $100 day movie. That means I'm gonna have to go somewhere after the place is closed. So I'm gonna have to shoot this from 4 to 7. So because of your $100, I lose a whole fucking day tomorrow because I gotta sleep. And trust me, once you agree to a $100 day movie, you will have an audition at 11:30 or a tremendous meeting at Fox or CBS at 12:30 because you took the $100 day meeting. Number 2, you gotta wear your own suit. You know, so there's all these variables that you know from doing it. For years, my dick didn't get hard when I had to work. My dick got hard when I booked the job. When I go to an audition, I see 3 known actors.
That's a great statement. I like booking something.
You have no idea.
More than doing it.
You have no idea. When I go for an audition, I see 3 actors that are known, and I'm a fucking fat fucking ex-felon comic. I go out of my way to book that because I want to prove these fucking guys that went to Juilliard. You know, oh my God, when I get into character, I can feel the character. Get the fuck out of my face. All right? Go fuck yourself. You know, the way he wrote the character, his penchant for the love. What the fuck are you talking about? If you could breathe into a cup and fuck you could act. Okay?
So you're saying you didn't get into the character for the Marin show?
Oh yeah, you gotta get into the character and the Stanislavski. What the fuck?
You can
fucking act. You know, and they make a big deal. The way Angelina Jolie did that. Listen, either Angelina Jolie would be acting or she'd be sucking dick.
There's a junker behind us on the ladder.
Much she could fucking do. It don't take a genius to
He's dead.
tell you that. What else is she gonna do? Well, she's directing now. Yeah, she's a fucking great director. Yeah, you keep buying that shit. She goes and there's 3 guys behind her, and she looks at the shot. What do you think? Okay, yeah, she's directing. She ain't no fucking director. She's a fucking idiot. And I like her. I'm a fan. I'm not saying this, but you see what I'm saying? They make a fucking big deal. Like, oh my God, the acting. You know, Ray Liotta. Do you know Ray Liotta? No. Then how do you know how he was acting? Most of these guys that won an Academy Award for the role was fucking written. It's them. Mm-hmm. It's them. That's why they fight for it. When Sinatra went out for fucking that movie when they cut the horse's fucking head off in The Godfather.
Yeah.
That movie was him from Here in Eternity. That role was him. You know when a role. When I fucking sent the tape in for Big Tony, it was me. It was me. They wrote it for me. All I had to do was, the job was mine to lose. You follow me? I used to go in, this so many times I go into, when I went in for fucking the Mentalist, I went into Mentalist as a social activity. It was like something to do on a Tuesday. I went to fucking Warner Brothers, get some sun on the lot, you get a free soda. I bumped into 20 people and I booked a job. You think I want to fucking shoot a movie, a TV show? You guys just said it. I gotta spend 3 days there for 22 minutes of TV and listen to a bunch of asshole writers, you know, tell you what's funny and what's not. You didn't say the word "the." Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? I made it funnier. Isn't that fucking better for you? People fucking laugh.
Oh, I hate
that shit you made me say is fucking garbage.
When you get an audition and I'd always improv it, I'd always make it mine, and then they'd be like, "Well, why didn't you read it the way we wrote it on the page?" And
because it sucks ass.
Yeah, I felt like going because you've never proven yourself.
Yeah,
you've never proven yourself on stage. You've never made people laugh. It is so difficult to write something and make people laugh. I say that from experience. I've written like a bunch of shorts and shot them. To write something that seems really funny on the page, but then make it funny. There's only a handful of comics. There's only a handful of humans who can do that. Will Ferrell, it's amazing how talented he is because he can make something that he finds funny on the page hilarious in real life. Like, that's so fucking hard to take something on the page and make it work. I give my hat off to anyone, but there's a lot of guys who have never done it who claim that because they were a writer's assistant for Judd Apatow, and then they got put into the system and they have a deal and it's a mid 6-figure deal that they know what they're doing. They don't as much as I don't. Like, no one knows it. It's like the fucking Fox debacle with the Utopia show. Let me tell you something. Everyone in that room thought that was going to be a fucking hit. It is so hard to predict not only what people will find funny, but what people will pay to go see. I could never fucking do that. All I know how to do is I can have an idea that I think's funny, and I can make it funny on stage. That's all I can do. That's fucking it. And I can take a good meeting. That's it. I can't write something, write it, and then someone go, oh, that's fucking amazing.
Well, then it's kind of weird when you hear about, oh, this guy had people write his stand-up for him. Like, how can he even help? If there's just writers who aren't getting up on stage, it must be kind of hard.
But I'll tell you what, it does help. It helps in this situation. You, me, and Bert started together in, let's say, Columbus. We started together. Okay. If you get 3 guys that start together, and we moved out here together, you were a pretty good feature act. I was featuring, Bert was co-headline. Bert got a deal. Me and Bert lived together. From Columbus, you come out. Once you come out, it doesn't mean that you're going to stick with this fucking thing. You might go into a different aspect of it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you might go into writing, which is the natural evolution for us. Right or wrong, it's the natural thing, whether you're, one day you realize you don't want to make people fucking laugh. I don't even know what my train of fucking thought is.
You told me before where a comic will say, come with me to all the clubs.
Right.
And help me out.
But the beauty of it is, like years ago, when Chris Rock did 2 of those specials that were brilliant, 3 of those specials, we've discussed this before. And in my world, I do the same thing. There's a lot of comics that have an ego that they wouldn't do this. If I went to HBO tomorrow and HBO said, Joe, we're going to give you an hour special. We're going to give
Behind
you
us.
$300,000. We're going to give you $150,000 in advance.
Safari.
I'm going to keep $50,000, but I'm going to give 3 of my friends $30 grand. Good friends.
It's a flank. You have to get out of the flanking situation, man.
Next month.
Don't stay there.
Columbus, no, you're not. I'm going to give you 30 grand. Cancel. Your whole next month is with me. Because I know Bert knows me well enough that he'll say to me from time to time, I have a friend that this happens with. And from time to time he'll call me and say, I wrote a joke, but I was thinking of you when I wrote it, and it's your joke. Let me tell you, I can't say this joke on stage.
Yeah.
But he knows me that well. And so do you. Chris Rock did the brilliant thing. I don't know what they give him, but he used to pay Louis C.K., Richard Jenny, and Nick DiPaolo. That's as good as it gets. That's 3 different styles of comedy, plus his. So everybody at the end of that special had to contribute 15 minutes. Chris delivered 15 minutes. Nick DiPaolo gave 15. You can't lose.
Yeah. Especially with those guys. Did they write it for you? No. I went up there and talked about sleeping in my bed, peeing in my bed.
And you
made it better.
You
Nick DiPaolo. You could really make that joke better.
That's the thing about you that I've always said is that you say things that would get lost in the shuffle. Like it would work for you. I don't think anyone. I would never try to write for you. But like there are things that you say.
What are you doing right?
Constantly, where I'm like, God damn it! If I had said that, I would be using that in my act. And that's what I think. And someone to allow you to simply, not exhaust, but kind of elaborate and tell the whole story like that. To this day, and I know you did not mean for it to be as funny as it was the first time you said it to me.
Fire to the left.
This statement, you go, if you think black people are allowed in movie theaters, you should hear them in prison. When you first said that, I was obsessed with that. I was obsessed with that because I was like, that's the greatest premise I've ever heard. Because you have to have been there to know that premise. I have a joke that I used to tell. It never really worked, but it was if you ever take a dump in the hood of your ex-girlfriend's car, you got to take your pants off all the way. But you have to do that in order to know that you need to do that. Because what happens is when you shit, you also piss. So if your pants are on your knees, you're going to piss in your pants. It happened to me. So that's like a joke you have to have done to do it. and I love those jokes because they're so fucking. There's so many bumps on them. They're like a geode. You know what a geode is? With all the crystals, and you get lost in it, and it's like that rock that's cut in half, and it's all the purple crystals inside, and you get lost because you don't know where to look anymore because it's real. That's what that joke is. And when you said that, I was obsessed. I made you say it like 4 times around me, every time, like on a new podcast or on, and because every time it got better and better and better, but that's one of the things that I think about you that I go, you like I remember you saying one time like you were like. Dog, we were talking about Priscilla, and you're like, I'm really good around dogs. So when I first got to the country, I got attacked 4 times the first week. And then you said, Bert, one dog walked past me and came back to bite me. Like, he's like, I didn't see you.
He did.
And but like, stuff like that is so fucking real. But like, I think it gets lost in you. Like, I don't think... That's not something that you write down.
Joey, the funniest part of Joey's acting, because I see him pretty regularly, the funniest bit, and you can hear me laugh, I think, during the thing, is throwaway lines that most of the audience doesn't hear because they're laughing. It's like just lines that make you crack up. It's my favorite part of the show. And you'll never say it again on stage, but it's just like one little throwaway line, and they're all too busy. They're all too busy laughing or not paying attention. But if you see you more than once... That you have those lines, and it's the best part of the show.
You know, when I said that,
let's go. Wait.
I thought about that for
Let's
3
go,
months.
Ash.
Oh,
Because I don't know where that came from. That must have been somewhere hidden in my psyche that was dying to get out. From 1988.
And I
That was a statement.
I'll go
from
with the
1988. I never
Daddy
said
Ryan.
that to nobody. I
Never
never even
fails.
thought
If
it until we discussed
on news he picks it.
until we were talking about
Healer.
black movie theaters. And I'm like, that ain't
I
nothing
know I ain't gonna
compared
be
to,
good
like,
enough.
that summer. Those 3 days or 4
I ain't
days
gonna
I
be good
spent.
enough. Oh, he did.
It's where you
There we go.
first go, diagnostic.
We winning now.
When you go to prison, when you get sent to prison, the judge says
got Ryan,
4 years community grade.
Anna.
I ain't scared no ghost.
I want to thank my family,
Lucio.
and God, and they put you in the take it to
You
the
ain't
back,
stunned
they take
nobody.
you through, they process you, and then you wait to go to diagnostic.
That Anna hit us pretty hard with that.
So this is basically
poison
the
juice.
first place you go to. So you don't know what
But he's
to
dead?
expect. So you basically...
Oh shit! I got
go
rocketed
back
over.
and try again.
Really, you sleep
Yep.
with one eye open.
I got
And
booty
you can't
bumped up.
sleep, even if you want to.
That Anna was good.
Because the black people will not shut
That is good.
the
I
fuck
was.
up. But it's a conversation that's not like you and I right now. Like, hey, Lee, how are you? No. Yo, Lee, what's up? You know, these motherfuckers trying to give me 8 more fucking years. It ain't my type of case. It's us.
What the?
No. This was a 100-yard conversation. So you're 100 yards from me, and I'm 100 yards from Lee. And we're going to have this fucking conversation.
100-yard
Kurt,
conversation.
behind
Yo,
me,
Lee,
right
what's up? What's up, Lee? Nothing. You know, I'm up here doing what? I told you, yo.
Well,
where's
God
Bert?
damn it, dude.
Bert's over
Fucking
here.
jump
What up,
rat.
Bert? Bert, what up, nigga? What up, Bert? And it goes back.
Yeah,
What up,
depending
Bert?
on Lucio time.
I don't know, nigga. What's up to you? You know me, doing my time. These motherfucking Peckerwoods trying to take my shit. Peckerwoods are white people. You know, Peckerwoods, motherfucking these Mexicans. And this goes on like they're the only ones
They
in
hop
the
in
room.
the circle. Let's
But
start
first,
moving,
they're
boys.
talking loud. And I remember sitting in my cell,
Everybody get
like
dubbed.
wanting to say, shut the fuck up. But it wouldn't have helped.
Can you behind this?
It wouldn't have helped. So you just close your
Oh,
eyes.
he was so
and
weak.
they'll shut up.
Watch out,
They
Rip
shut
Tire.
up one
Split up.
fucking
Ah,
time.
so sorry, Widow.
Not for
I had never seen anything like that. And guess what? They didn't shut up for the whole 5 fucking days I was there. I don't think they shut the fuck up.
What the beautiful thing about that is that you're telling it's I love when you tell your experience because
he's
your
unstoppable.
experience is no one can
Mattress
replicate
should
that.
be
There's no
unstoppable.
comic out there that has that fucking bit.
Weird place.
There's no comic that talks about the shit you talk about. Like, I mean, and there's
Oh, we
very
have no
few
either now,
comics
so let's
that
come
went
first.
like, and myself included. I'm not in this group. Like when I tell a story, I think you think of me. Like even if I tell about me as a kid,
everybody.
you still
Alright,
picture
next
me
round,
as
right?
this. When you tell the story about you getting attacked by dogs, I picture you as that little kid with the
There we
vest.
go.
Like I picture that kid that
There we go.
like Joey mannerisms in a little kid with like a
And you got
fro
me.
when he goes, oh fuck
Okay.
another dog. Like I can picture you, and there's something that you cannot write in that. Like there's no comics writing that material because it's so
Alright, guys, next
fucking real. Tom Tom Young.
That was highly
Remember
unfair.
Tom Young? Mike Young.
Mike Young.
I went to high school with Tom Young.
Dude,
Mike
you're
Young had a
correct.
joke
You're
about.
correct,
It was
sir.
very real, and I loved it. It was about. Doing
I
bad
will be
shit
mercy.
when he was a kid.
Now, yep,
And he's like,
switch
you
to
remember you
what
had that
you
one
need.
friend that would always like want to do something real bad. You'd be like, hey guys, let's
Same
hey,
mercy,
you
though.
guys want to go TP Brenda's house? He's like,
That's
yeah,
almost done.
and then let's kidnap her
myself
fat
out
dad. And it's so
Where's
great
Zen?
because I can see that person
Torb
in the
Jo-
story
Torb, fair.
saying that, and I can see Mike hanging out with that guy. Like, I love those kind of jokes. I love the fucking.
Let's go the left way, guys.
I'm
or the
obsessed
right
with
way.
small detail. We were
down?
talking about this, I think, at the beginning. But I love the small
caller.
detail in a story because the small detail takes you into the moment. Like, and I
least
get
passive
obsessed with it a little
resistance,
too
right?
much. And I, like, when I get bored telling the machine story, I start dipping into small details about that evening that
got
maybe
Lucio?
people don't care about, but I
Yeah.
feel like
You
it
gotta
adds
get
texture.
Lucio.
I have a story about I don't know. I told it on Rogan's podcast, and I started
Reaper?
telling it on
Yeah, they
stage
got a Reaper above.
about this time
Pinned. He's dead.
I went to a hotel room.
By
It's called Knock Scratch.
Oh,
Yeah, you've heard the story, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so, but when I tell it,
Dingy.
I remember one time I told it and I said the kid, I had 4 bags and I check into the hotel and the kid that grabs the bags is a tall, skinny black kid.
You know,
And someone in the,
that's for
some
sure.
white lady goes, why does he have to be black? And I went, because he fucking was. I go, fuck you. Don't make me inoculate my
kicking
story
butt there.
so that it doesn't offend your sensibility. He was. And the fact that he was makes this story better because now we have positions in society that we are interacting within. And those positions define our behaviors and our reactions. And when I go to say to him at the end, and I go to give him a tip, he goes, you don't need
Yeah,
to, just
do it
not
if you wanna
scratch.
be Reaper.
That is important
Somebody-
because now I've made a young, skinny, tall black kid laugh. And now I feel like I am winning the game of life.
It's funny how, like, when you said you can picture Joey in the stories as a little kid. I don't. I picture every story he looks like he does now. Just 'cause I can't imagine him looking differently. When I heard the Knock Scratch story, it sounded like
we
a
didn't get in there,
like
guys.
a geeky white kid. Like,
Oh, no,
Like
yeah.
I hadn't heard that he was
push.
black.
Yeah,
So
tall,
to
skinny black
hear
kid.
that, I'm like, I did not picture a black guy at all.
Trying to catch
Tall, skinny black kid,
Riptide
and he
coming.
had a hat on. He had
out.
like a
What
fucking
up?
captain's hat, you know those
Yeah.
hats they make him wear? And he laughed it off his
shit
head.
down.
And the best part about that story is that
go.
after that, he told everyone in the fucking,
Yeah,
every
keep getting
brother
that-
that worked at the
Ashford
hotel
still.
knew that
There you
story. So anytime I rolled into a black dude, he was like, hey, Knock Scratch guy, huh? And I was like, yeah!
I know
But
as
it's
best I
important.
can, boys.
I love
Coming
small
right.
details in a story.
That's why
Reaper.
I still love comedy CDs. Like there's
And either down,
we've talked about it a
just
bunch
me.
that comedy specials recently haven't been that good, most of them. I still love comedy CDs, especially doing physical stuff.
slapped.
And I've edited a few now. I did Steve's and I did a couple of yours.
Wasted
And
my-
comics a lot of times will say I don't want to
Reaper
have that
down,
physical
knocked
bit.
him off the edge
Or I
again.
don't want to
Or jump
have
down.
Good
that.
job.
You like something you do with your face, and it makes the audience laugh, but you and CD don't know it.
Bob is
I
ready.
love that because you really get you're in your car or at your house and you don't have any
Everybody's
visual
real quick, that's
stimulus. You
safe
just get to
until
hear
they
it
start pulling out
and
theirs.
get really involved in the stories. And
They're gonna come on the
I
attack.
think it's really cool.
Coming
I
right
love
side.
visualization.
Reaper's
I
coming.
love visualization.
I love it. I love it. You know, it's amazing when
Oh,
There you
they
go.
just
I don't like watching myself on tape. You know, but
Reinhardt
I know
down.
When you tell a story, I love to take myself. People always
Space
say, "Oh, when you tell
Cowboy.
a story, you take
you
me."
down?
I'm not taking you where you don't. I'm taking it to myself. You know, today I was writing
I'm dead. I'm dead.
a story.
I'm
I was
dead.
going
I'm
to tell
dead.
in that comedy central.
Junkrat just went off. Both healers. Torb, keep killing it. Torb.
Because my hands
Jesus, kid.
I wasn't even telling the story.
good shit.
I was just writing this fucking story.
Push down, you're ready.
So I pretended I
Only
was
Torb, you're the only one. Torb, you're the only one.
People, you see my hands are shaking.
P2.
That's the hatred I have for this motherfucker as I'm telling you the story. You know, it's amazing when
Or you can find me, I got your heals.
And they'll say, so you came in the room.
Mercy
turned
just
around,
rezzed their
They
Ryan.
killed me. You killed me. Killed me. You're good.
And
I actually
dead.
go
Still
home,
got Moira.
go
I believe.
in the room,
Hold it, guys. Hold it. Hold
and
it.
I
Hold
see
it.
little nuances. And that's what gets me to work. But I actually did what they told
Or like
me
a
to
fart
do.
like you did in
I
middle
tried
school
it in
days.
my house. Like, ooh,
You're embarrassed to
I'm
let it
gonna
out.
bang my leg.
Butt clencher right here.
That's fucking perfect. That's comedy. Nobody's gonna do that.
That's
in,
Nobody's
get
gonna
in,
do
get
that.
in.
That's That's why I do it.
Go that way.
Because I know nobody else is gonna live through that.
Alright, let's
I
scoop
love
up,
it
group
when
up.
I'm writing.
You lost it, let's scoop up.
You know,
Okay, I'm
not
trying
in
to
the
write a
group.
book. I'm trying to write a fucking.
Ria's Moira died, Ash is
I write
way
this
up
shit.
there.
I go to write comedy. I have 2 notebooks out. Sometimes I cry. I gotta get my side stop. I take myself there. When I'm on stage and I'm laughing, you're dead. You're dead. That means I'm gonna fucking kill you because I'm there. I'm feeling that fucking joke. I
You guys
love
push
when I
now.
tell a
Push
joke
now.
that I wrote and it wasn't funny, and when it comes out of my mouth on stage, it's real fucking funny, and I crack myself up.
I got the
Is that why,
coming
like,
this way?
sometimes on stage, like the Lucy Snowbird story, like
And
there's
you
no way you could just say
wasted it? 'Cause
Lucy,
you dead?
or like, do you kind of say the names sometimes just to get yourself into it?
Didn't
Where
she?
you were somewhere the other night, and you said a name like, "Oh, we want to pick this guy up," and the audience doesn't know who that is, so you could leave it out. But like, is it to get you into it a little bit?
To get me into it and get the audience to visualize.
Stuff, good stuff,
There
good
you
stuff,
go.
good stuff.
What
Hold it.
Nick-
Yeah,
push
you
up,
got
push
it,
up,
you
push
got
up.
it, you got it.
what Nicky Eyes
Good shit,
is to
Bob.
me, Nicky Eyes might not be there.
You got me. Good
Who was
stuff.
it? Was
Push
it
up,
telling
push
me
up.
that
Don't let me
day?
get in.
Oh, I sent the tape to somebody, and I was telling a story that we. Oh, it was with you.
Never mind. Don't push
We
up now.
robbed the liquor store. We
Get a wipe,
robbed the
get a
jewelry
wipe,
store.
get a wipe.
Oh, yeah.
Stinky.
Yeah.
When I said Stinky, how much did you laugh?
Yeah.
Just by a person's name. Because if I take you into that room and Bert into that room and go, when Joey was telling the story, describe Stinky to me. Let Joey to describe it. Let Joey describe it. You hanging out with Joey, what would Stinky look like?
I love a good name. You cannot change someone's name in a story.
No.
I don't believe you can
Stupid little
because
wrecking
that
ball.
person's name.
I'm trying to
is
get on
real
this
to
stupid
you.
wall with him.
Like I used to tell a story about taking acid and going to
There we
Disneyland with my buddy Hutch. You know what
Can I
really?
please
I
ride this
never
wall?
fucking talk about this, but you know what really pissed me off about the fucking.
My dad.
I never talk about this.
How
You
did
know what really
Joker
pissed
get
me
me
off
on the
about the Van
wall?
Wilder thing? I don't give a fuck about them doing whatever they wanted to do, but they used my buddy Hutch's name. They kept his name in the movie because he was my friend, and it's a good name. And if you don't have the real story, then you don't have it, and you're gonna use that good name that you've heard. That's what a lot of like some writers do. And look, I have no, I don't have any
Fucking
gripes.
wrecking
But
ball,
what bothered
dude.
me
Jesus
was
Christ.
that when I told that story about me and Hutch, and if people did the connective tissue and knew that Hutch in that movie was derivative of my Hutch in my real life, then they pictured him as a black dude, which is so not fair because Hutch is the goofiest
God.
fucking white guy
Switching
in the
like
world,
that.
and but I can't change his name because he's real in my story. You know, my buddy
just
Harper,
knew.
I love that name because that's who he is. It's a white guy from the South named Harper. You have that, you know that kind of guy. And the fact that he misspelled it and spelled it Happer with 2 P's, like you go, oh, he's a fucking moron, but he is a privileged moron. Like, I love reality. I love the small details. I love keeping names. That's why I agree with you. They wanted me to change the name of my, in Ari's thing, they wanted me to change the name of my director, Tim Scott. He's a real guy. He now runs fucking Fremantle in Indonesia. He's a real fucking guy. I had him on my podcast. But I can't change his name because he's Tim Scott. He's a real fucking guy. He was there. It's you know, I don't know. Same thing with the Mistress Isabella, the girl that dominatrix. I told the story on Rogan's podcast about when I went to a dominatrix for Hurt Bert, and I used her name. I wish I hadn't a little bit because she was I don't know. I just hadn't planned on it.
Well, didn't you have? I forget what episode it was, but you mentioned the girl's name in the book, and that hurt you a little bit.
That was a big mistake. I kept everyone's name into my book, and I did not plan on. I didn't realize that it would be I didn't realize it would be in Barnes and Nobles. Like I didn't realize that people would read it, and so she got really upset. Jenny Powers.
Are you keeping names in your book?
Like I said, first names because
Okay.
you have to, you have to give the person
That's what you should do to get
First
rid of.
name.
I
Lee
put
and
fucking
Bert.
first and last
No,
names.
no,
Like it was a big fucking mistake.
No.
A
you gotta
big
put-
fucking mistake.
Like I told people 1,000 times, I have 800 stories, but I can only tell 200 because you have to mention names. Half these people have kids. You know, I talked to a friend of mine when I went to Jersey, and he pulled me over and he hugged me and he goes, "None of our stories on that fucking radio show." And he just kept, and I knew he was going to say that to me. There's some people just don't want. And I would never. I know who I could say something about, and I know who fucking can. I'm going to get in trouble eventually one day.
Hey, look,
I'm gonna have to apologize
when you're
or
Joey
something.
Diaz and you are entertaining people based on a life filled with what could be questionable decisions that is a road least traveled. There are people that have done the same things we have done with us, and that do not want. That is like their low point. We just seemed to fucking see that road as a straight path. Like I know exactly what you're saying, but like Joey's made a career out of almost being this raconteur, I hope I'm saying it right, of the debaucherous wild life. And there are people that were there, but those people now, that's in their past. We're happen to be making a living off telling these stories, but that's in their past. I totally get it. I totally get it.
Yeah, Joey, didn't you say like a bunch of the people who do stories and some that were in these stories are like Jesus freaks in Miami now?
I got a lot of stories. They're great. You know, 3 of the kids I ran with really make me sad because I can never go back, sit them down, and go, "What the fuck happened?" You know, I mean, you do this now. You're successful. One guy is really successful. The other 2 are like moderately, but they all flipped. Like they're all Jesus freaks or somewhere.
And they don't remember the story the way we remember it. Like
they remember it as hurt, and it's a painful thing. What they did, they think it's a stupid thing. And I had one guy tell me, "I'd appreciate if you don't call me again." And it hurt me for about 20 seconds, but I understood.
Yeah.
And understanding, I could have told him to go fuck himself and whatever, and I understood. And then
He said that to you directly?
To my face on the phone.
My God.
I called him up and he goes, "That was a long time ago. I'm very proud of what you're doing. I'm proud that you got yourself out of the hole you were in. But do me a big favor, man. I just would appreciate if you don't call me."
Holy that's deep.
So I called and this is a guy I gave money to. Like and I called his brother, and his brother came to my house to eat one day, and he told me, he goes, he's a Joel Osteen guy. He has a hernia. He won't go get it fixed. On Fridays, he gets home from work, and he stays until Monday morning. Doesn't go anywhere because of the life he lived. He's scared now. He got like 4 DUIs. He got this. He got that.
God.
So he's scared. He's very scared. There's people who aren't scared. And, maybe I should be a little scared. And I am at times. I'm scared of... I don't know what the fuck I'm scared of. But I'm not going to be scared for what I did. Somebody asked me a question the other day. Out of all the stories you tell, do you regret any of them? And I got to tell you something. Yeah, I felt pretty shitty. I did some shitty fucking things to some people, that I didn't mean to do. It was just they were in the way, and I'm sorry that it happened, Will I take them back? Not now, I won't. Because I realize it's just a part of fucking life, That's it. It's just, there's people I pissed off. There's people I let down. I feel bad, but, and that's why today when Carmine called me, it meant a lot to me. It meant that much to me because he saw me as that kid. So he saw me when I went bad, and he saw me that I'm back again as a human being, a productive member, So. What's up, Tarzan?
So when you told that Carmine story, I thought of this. So probably 7 years ago, 8 years ago, I'm making no money on the road. I'm not on TV. I'd done one fucking thing. It was the History of the Joke on History Channel. It was me, George Carlin, Robin Williams, fucking the biggest names in comedy, but I was represented by the people producing it, so I was in it also. That's the only reason I was in the fucking thing. I didn't even tell a joke, I don't think, but I was in it. So I'm sitting with my wife on the couch with our 2 kids. I'm making $750 probably a week, maybe $1,200 a week. I'm making no fucking money. I'm broke. My wife. The only reason we have this apartment is because my wife is the landlord of the building, so we're getting free rent. And my phone rings, and it's Orlando. It's the Orlando area code. I go, that's so funny. I only know a couple people in Orlando state. So I answer it, and it's this guy goes, Bert Kreischer? This is Larry Medoc. Larry Medoc was the father of a girl, Kristen Medoc, that I dated. And I very infamously, I've told this story before, but I pissed on their dining room table over Thanksgiving one night, hammered. Like I got fucked up and then came back to their house, woke up in the middle of the night, pissed on their dining room table. He saw it. I fucking passed out in the piss. They put me in bed and I denied it and fucking, he calls me and I'm like, holy shit. And he's like, they thought I was a fucking loser. He goes, sitting here with Jan, his wife, and he goes, and I just want to tell you, we were wrong about you. What? Oh, by the way, I'm fucking broke. I have a drinking problem. I have 2 kids I can't afford. And he was like, well, we're watching History Channel, and here you are, right after George Carlin and right before Robin Williams, and you have made it. You're a dashing success, and we just want to apologize for misjudging you and judging a book by its cover. You are a talent, and we're so proud of you. We understand you have kids now." And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, great. Well, Jan wants to hop on the phone." And her mom, who hated my guts, was like, "We were so wrong about you," and then hung up. And I was like, "Motherfucker!" I was like, "What was that about?" But it was like one of those phone calls that you look back and you're like, I don't know what I did, but I did one fucking thing to through the joke, and they thought I was a gold mine.
You are a fucking gold mine. Let me do a couple of shout outs here. How you doing, Lee? You ready for another one?
It just started to hit me.
No, it didn't.
It did too.
Pablo Paxton, whatever your fucking name is, I love you. Dave Fennell, stay black. Fernando Sotelo, you bad motherfucker. Chris Cruz, I love you. Luciano Soprano, you bad motherfucker. Orman Davis. This is Jaime Hernandez.
Your writing always gets worse by the
Sean
bottom of the list.
Cappuccino and Heidi Gelders Young. I love you, Dirty Bitch, down in Phoenix. Little comedian girl. I'm going to be at the Brea Improv September 18th to the 20th. And at Gotham's Comedy Club in New York City, September 26th and 27th at 11 o'clock at night. Tickets are going fast. Don't fuck around. What the fuck, Lee? You ready to kill half of this again? Let's go deep.
No.
Yeah, nothing's going to happen.
Yes.
How many points you got left? How many calories?
I got a little bit. I think I got like 600 calories.
Motherfucking got a sandwich left.
How many points you got left?
Look at you.
No, I do that. I do my Fitness Pal. I know you do the Fitbit.
I do the Fitbit, and I do Just Lose It.
Oh, is that just you put your food in?
Yeah, it helps.
It does help when you're accountable for your
Oh, yeah, because I don't count. I used to not count things like a beer. I'm like, I'm not gonna put a beer in there. You put a beer in, you're like, oh, I can only have 2 more.
Yeah, it's fucking scary.
Yeah.
Account for this shit. We had a good conversation when this was. We were just talking about death. And, you know how you feel. You're doing the life insurance tomorrow. That's why you didn't eat one of the edibles and stuff. Do you think about death a lot?
All the time. I'll think about it tonight. Especially when I'm not drinking. It's not as bad when I'm not drinking, but if I'm drinking, when I wake up in the morning, I think I'm not living right. I'm living hard, and I'm 41, and this is going to turn on me, and I need to clean it up. But when I'm not drinking, then I wake up and I go, oh, death is real also for people who don't drink. Like, and then I can't go back to bed. Like last night I woke up at 2. I woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning and just stayed up until 4. And then just sitting in a dark room out, like not making a noise in my house, just sitting there thinking about life, going, fuck. Like I'll leave for a month, I come back for probably a week, head out again. You're like, it's I think it beats you up if you think about it too much, but I think about death
You know
a
what?
lot.
It really doesn't beat you up. It really doesn't beat us up. At the end of the weekend, you're like, that wasn't that fucking bad.
Yeah.
And you go home and you refuel, and I think about death a lot. I think about what my mom felt like when she died and what my dad felt like. I think about the friends that died. You know, I think about, like, I always look at them every morning. Like, I have like 4 friends that died. You know, one of them is Anthony Balzano. I have his 8th grade picture. Another one is Dominic Special. He died when I was a sophomore. Another one is Darren Rago. He died in '99. And I think about what they're not doing. You know, how lucky. That's what motivates me every morning. I go, you know what? They're dead. I guarantee if I could open up the casket and go, let me ask you something. If I gave you 24 hours, would you watch ESPN again? And watch what he'll say, fuck, no. Okay, then. Just to see what a dead person would say. Has been dead for a year.
Yeah.
What were the things you wouldn't do? I wouldn't do this anymore. I'd get up and get the fuck out of the house. I don't appreciate the sun. You know. That's how I look at things. And when I wake up in the morning, what am I going to do? I don't know what to do. I look at those guys' pictures and I go, I got a lot to do. I could write a joke. I could fucking lose 2 pounds. I could walk from here to whatever. I could go out in the sun. Ask those guys in their fucking casket. They knock on that casket and go, hey, I'm going to give you a life for 24 hours. What do you want to do? You want to watch the Clint Eastwood movie? Fuck you and Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
We'll never watch a fucking movie again. You know, we'll never sit on a couch again, you know. We were dead for 5 years, you know. So it's, I think of it that way.
That's an interesting statement.
I always think of shit, what can't they do? How lucky am I? You know, you go online, I don't have a job. What the fuck are you talking about? We all have a fucking job. We all have a fucking job to be a little bit better than what we were yesterday.
Yeah.
So don't just fucking sit there. Get the fuck up and go fucking do something, you know? You know, oh, I'm gonna go to Tuesday night because you can't miss that movie at the Beverly. Really? Let me grab you by your fucking throat. You can't miss Galaxy or stand online for an iPhone. See if you die for fucking 5 years. If you waste a fucking night at a fucking movie premiere. I want to go see Spider-Man 8 on the big screen. I want to wait all night with these other jerk-offs in fucking tents. Or whatever the fuck society's doing now. See if you would, you know? See if you fucking really would.
Lee, you look at it like it really just kicked in.
It's starting to kick in.
He ain't fucking doing nothing.
I was thinking that's like I never really thought about that before. Like, what would someone do if they like woke up alive? That'd be kind of a cool.
What the fuck would you do? Would you go eat McDonald's again? Would you tell a girl, you know, once you fuck, you put a guy in prison for 10 years and go tear that piece of ass up and see what the fuck you're doing wrong with your pussy eating skills. Watch if he won't take a fart to the face, let a black chick fart in his mouth and shit in his mouth. When you've been dead, take some guy who hasn't gotten pussy and give him a piece of pussy. I'm gonna give you $100 to watch. See how he tears up. Give him some guy without arms. See if he doesn't eat that ass. And he eats that fucking ass and sticks his face in that fucking muffler and snips it. These are the things that get me fucking going in the morning, you know, like when you...
Now I don't want to go to this workout class in the morning. I want to go to the beach and move stones or something. Like I want to live. Like I want to get a paddleboard and go paddleboard for the day. Learn something, you know?
There's always something you can do. We all have a fucking job. You gonna sit there and play fucking Nintendo all day? Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? This fantasy football shit, I'll fucking stab you. I will beat the fuck out of you.
I was so glad I wasn't playing with you when you asked me.
If I had a 14-year-old son, he came to me and said, I'm playing fantasy football, I'd take him outside and smack the living fuck out of him. The fuck is wrong with you? We don't live in fantasy. This ain't Peter Pan, bitch.
They have
This
real
is
football.
life. There's black people out there, there's Chinese people out there, they're gonna eat your fucking lunch every fucking day. You're walking around, hey, look at me with a fucking new iPad. Oh, I'm on Facebook, yeah? Some fucking black kid is out there, don't have fucking Facebook. He got one sneaker that's his and one that's his fucking cousin's. And he hasn't eaten in 3 days. But meanwhile, you're talking about whatever stupidity you're fucking talking about. Oh, Avatar was a great film. Really? I'll fucking kill you, you fucking dummies. I'm gonna wait online because this iPhone, yeah, all right. What happened to fucking the pro? What happened to fucking Operation Corporation?
What?
What happened to those jerk-offs that were gonna shut down all the corporations?
Oh, like the Wall Street people.
Yeah, Operation
Corporation. That's a better name for it.
Operation Corporation.
Operation.
What was it? I knew it's like the 99% Occupy Wall Street.
Yeah, Occupy. What are you doing? You're flexing.
I'm looking at my arms.
One workout ain't gonna do it, Tux. Like, you're like, keep going for a couple months. And
Operation Corporation.
Yeah, Operation.
That's the opposite of Occupy Wall
Bunch
Street.
of fucking
Operation
mummies
Corporation.
down there. We're not gonna support the corporations. Fuck Southwest Airlines. See how long that fucking lasts. These fucking jerk-offs. I'm on fucking...
That's why like this Ray Rice thing kind of pisses me off because in 2 weeks or 3 weeks when somebody needs a running back, they're gonna sign him and they'll unsuspend him. And
First off, let's get something straight. The Ray Rice situation should not piss you off at all.
Why?
I have a daughter. You have 2 fucking daughters.
Well, yeah, of course.
You want me to fucking sit there and tell you, and all day on Facebook, Ray Rice, I love to get my hands on him. What's wrong with you? There's not one guy in here that want to punch the fuck out of your wife once in a while. There's not one motherfucking here that want to kick a fucking woman down the stairs. You ever go to American Airlines, they lose your luggage. Tell me you want to kick that bitch in the back. All right? So don't tell me. Don't sit there and judge fucking Ray Rice. Just move on with it. Yeah, they're going to hire him back. It's all hypocritical. It's all fucking hypocritical. It's all hypocrite. They hired Michael Vick back. He killed 10,000 fucking dogs.
You know what really sucks about that Ray Rice shit that I was thinking? Is that he's in trouble because he got caught. Mm-hmm. He's in trouble because he got caught. And he lost his job. And I guarantee you his wife, and I know that this is the wrong line of thinking, but I guarantee you some part of this his wife feels like some sort of guilt. Like he lost millions and millions of dollars because this got out. What's going to happen now is someone's going to fucking beat their wife and go, if you talk, someone in the NFL is going to hit their wife and go, you better not say a fucking word if you like this house. And if you like this fucking lifestyle, because this lifestyle is provided by me, they really kind of fucked the whole thing up by like, and it's like one of the things that pissed me off is like Roger Goodell, she was knocked unconscious. I mean, did you need to see the video to know that he hit her hard as fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, did they think it was a different kind of hit? Like, what did they think? That it was like a special kind of
nothing.
Like
they didn't think the video was going to get out. Okay, but I don't know if you were watching today. But the video, they got the video. The AP said
Sure, they got the fucking
they got the video in
let's
April.
Let's remember something.
Really?
Yeah.
And I don't mean to be disrespectful to anybody or any women listening. I don't mean to be disrespectful. Let me tell you something. Everybody's worried about Ray Rice. This is one incident. What about Super Bowl Sunday when 80 women get beat?
Yeah.
What about every Sunday after football where there's 22 cases of domestic violence in each fucking state because of football, or the UFC, or anything else that's violent? Because when somebody's having a bad fucking week, God knows what they'll do. 2 weeks ago, I had to park down the corner. There's a Puerto Rican daycare. And I saw a black woman come out of the daycare with her little daughter saying shit to her. This girl couldn't have been a day over 4, bro. When she locked her in the car, she turned around and started beating this fucking kid. Now, what could this 4-year-old angel could have done to this woman to make her beat this kid? I didn't call the cops because I didn't know what to do. My wife told me I should have called the cops because it could be an accident to somebody picking her up,
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do, but I looked at this person as I drove away, and all I could think about was, would I ever hit Mercy or Jackie like that? I wouldn't have the heart to hit my kids like that, or even a woman that way. But I don't know what she's going through. I don't know what she was going through in her life. And before we judge somebody, it's very easy to quick to judge. I don't know what she was going through. Hey, listen, hitting a child or a woman, there's no excuse.
Yeah.
There's no excuse for mine. I've gotten into beef with Carol. I got arrested 3 times for domestic violence. Both of you guys know I'm not a fucking woman beater. But anytime you said something to Carol and she wanted to fuck somebody, that was her way of fucking somebody. She'd throw you in jail. How many times Carol threw somebody in jail? 50 fucking times. I still talk to Carol. If I did something bad to Carol, why would she call me once a fucking week? They ask me about a movie or a wedding, or if I could do comedy at a fucking wedding. But do you understand?
Yeah.
Somebody who beats women, they do it to fucking everybody. They do it to everybody. I can never get my fucking hand. I can hit my fucking wife, but we don't know what we're going through, and we weren't there.
Yeah, I've never laid my hands on a woman. I can't
there.
imagine.
We weren't there. We weren't there. I don't know what Ray Rice was going through, but I like all these guys that are Captain Savo. Everybody's fucking Captain Savo. And at the end of the week, this doesn't change your situation at all. We have daughters. You have a girlfriend, sister, whatever. It affects you then, but at the same token, how about football in the hall? What about the 1,000 women that get beat up Super Bowl Sunday and every other fucking Sunday? And after boxing matches, and after UFC matches, and after anything else that's kind of violent. You don't see people getting beat up when they're watching a ping pong match. Nobody says, I was sitting here watching golf and that motherfucker went crazy. He just started beating me. I don't know. I don't know what the percentages are after golf. I'm just making a joke. But that's the big picture. That's the bigger fucking picture.
What was I was on the road when that whole War Machine thing happened.
And the crazy part is when they finally found him, because he was beating on another girl in the motel.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Again, we weren't fucking there, so God knows what could have happened. I feel bad for Christy Mack. She's beat up. She also did a radio interview where he says he's gonna kill her. And he talks about rape. And he talks about all this shit.
Really?
Yeah, so guys, there's two, and there's people that are hating on Chrissy Mack right now. There's fucking people that are hating on her. This girl got 30 broken bones in her fucking face. And there's people out there saying because she's a prostitute or whatever the fuck she is, a porno girl, that she deserves to get. Listen, it's too volatile, people. It's too volatile, and that's what happened to me and Carol. Carol was a stripper. I'm too old-fashioned and too conservative to date a woman that shakes her pussy and her titties. I thought I could handle it. We get into an argument, she down 911. It's always a bad volatile with certain people. He's a fucking fighter. He's a fucking fighter. You knew this when you started fucking dating. He's got to be doing steroids. He's got to be angry about something. Got to be angry about something. We weren't there. I know he's gonna fucking die in that prison.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna die in that fucking jail.
And
Am I mad at him? Why would I be mad at him? He's got nothing to. When I go to Ralph's, when I get gas, when I pay my fucking bills, he's not there. You know, Chrissy Mack is not there, so it doesn't really affect my life.
Yeah.
But it's so weird how all these fucking people speak up. It's like somebody finally wrote me a thing and said, "You didn't write nothing about Joan Rivers." I didn't know her. I didn't fucking know her! I didn't fucking know her! So R.I.P., what does that do? What does it show you that I'm a fucking sheep? What does that do? It shows you I'm I'm part of this fucking shit. Doesn't affect your fucking life. You still gotta pay rent. You still gotta get in your car. You still gotta get your suck dick. You still gotta wipe your ass after your shit. This podcast has come to a screeching halt. Oh, these jerks. Oh, Robin. You didn't know. Shut up.
I'm so high, I got worried that I was the one that asked. I was like, did I ask him?
Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Robin. Robin was your fucking friend. You know fucking Robin, you fucking jerk off. I'm sick and fucking tired of these fake fucking assholes. Fucking fakes.
Can someone please isolate that? Can someone please isolate that? It's such a heart and entitle it Joey's heartwarming sentiments of Joan Rivers.
I didn't know. I don't give a fuck. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Oh, she opened up the door. I'm over here fighting. I'm the, you know what I'm saying? I'm the one that lived in a car and said,
I don't know her.
I don't fucking know nobody.
I don't know her.
Oh, I should have gone. You should have gone to the fucking funeral and stood outside like I gave a fuck. You know, people are such fucking phonies. I'm so sick and tired of these. Let me give some shout out to the sponsors.
Oh, good.
For optimization. Forget minerals, forget vitamins, forget all that shit. On it! Go to onit.com for the best possible products to make you a better human being. Not character-wise. That you have to work on yourself. You can't buy that. You can't buy those fake glasses to let people know you're intelligent. That you have to work on yourself. On it takes care of you internally, and it makes you the best you can be. And it all starts with Alpha Brain. It makes your fucking mind shoot on every fucking possible level. That's what made me say, I don't know her. I don't fucking know her. You're R.I.P. I don't give a fuck. Mind your fuck. Worry about your fucking self. Everybody wants to worry about the fucking world. Go to On It. Get 10% off On It. Alpha Brain. Hemp Force Protein Shake. The fucking Shroom Tech. These are the best products. Whether you're doing BJJ, whether you're a writer, whether you're just trying to be fucking sharper. Go to onit.com. Get Alpha Brain. It's 100% money back guaranteed. We don't want the fucking product. Meanwhile, you're sitting there and you can't remember when was the last time you got your dick sucked. Your memory's going. Go to On It. Get fucking Alpha Brain today, right now. Shroom Tech, Strong Bone, the enzymes for your stomach to help you digest fucking protein. Go to On It, get 10% off. Go to the Box and Press
Church.
You scared the shit out of us when you said that so much. I don't know her.
Sorry about that. CHURCH. Church. Press in the box and get 10% off. And also they have the Stay On It program, which is a great program. You don't have to order again. It comes directly to your house, and the first gets taken out of your credit card. Go to onit.com and be the best you can motherfucking be, all right? Like I told you, Nature's Box, they ain't fucking around no more, all right? 2 words, people. Free snacks. That's how we're doing it. I'm going to give you a chance to get free snacks. Drop the candy bar. Drop the potato chip. You're a fat fuck. They're not good for you. Do what I do. I'm a fat fuck, too. Get natural, delicious snacks at naturebox.com. I'm telling you, they give you 100 fucking snacks. I mean delicious snacks. Nutritionist approved. You don't feel guilty about eating them. You can smoke 20 bong hits and eat a bag of cocoa fucking almonds, and you're still fucking out the next day. You even find snacks that are low in sugar and even low in fucking gluten. All right, so do me a favor. Go over there. Take a look at the peanut butter nom noms from Nature Box. Take a look at the dark cocoa almonds. Take a look at the trail mix. Do whatever the fuck you gotta do, all right? It's good for you. It's good tasting. Now I want to give you a chance to get a Nature Box free sample box. That's what I'm gonna do. Featuring 5 of the most popular fucking snacks. You want to start a trial? Go to naturebox.com/Joey. Joey. You stay full. You stay strong. naturebox.com/Joey and get your free sample box of tremendous, delicious fucking snacks. That's how I
Do
roll.
it today.
Hey, do it today and cut this shit. Let me ask you something, people. Especially you guys in the room. When was the last time you changed your fucking underwear? Let's say you wash your underwear. You don't think that fucking pussy and that rotten nut smell gets in that fucking moment? There ain't enough. Listen, when I get sweaty and my balls are on fire, a 12-hour day, there ain't enough bleach to take that yellow fucking sweat that comes out of your nutsack out there. And I don't care whether you get the best underwear out there, you're gonna fucking sweat your asshole. Once your asshole and your ball sweat meets, that's fucking death, okay? You don't need to do that. You want me to tell you something? People usually have their underwears for 7 years. That's unbelievable. Can you believe people put these ratty motherfuckers on every day? Do me a favor. Do you know about MeUndies.com? MeUndies has the most comfortable fucking underwear you've ever had. I have them on right now. I have my little camouflage on right now. I took a shower at about 5:30. I guarantee I could scratch my balls and you could sniff them. They smell like skin. You know why? Because they have something. Right now, my balls are floating in these motherfuckers right now.
Thank goodness.
They have like a little cup in the front. There's no zipper. You gotta pull it down and take your dick out with the balls. It gives it fucking air. But here's one thing. They look great. They stay good after you wash them. Do me a favor. Go to MeUndies.com and check out the pictures they got. They got underwear. They got women's thongs. They got a bunch of shit. They just sent Lee and myself some hooded sweatshirts. Take a look at what they got. They got men and women things. They got high quality fucking materials. The price, I'm happy you fucking asked. It's a fucking third of what you're paying at stores. So help me out. Go to MeUndies.com. Get 20% off your first order. 20% off your first order, and you got free shipping in fucking Canada and the U.S. I guarantee you'll be happy with them. Go to MeUndies.com/Joey and press what in the box?
If you put /Joey, you're already there.
Okay, /Joey, you get 20% off your first fucking order.
Who doesn't want underwear shipped to their house? That's awesome.
That's awesome.
You always need a new pair of underwear.
Socks too.
This is
if they did it for socks, I'd definitely have 6 socks delivered every 2
they have
weeks.
socks. You gotta go look. Let me tell you something about underwear and people sending shit to your house. It's tremendous.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this church is about saving you time and energy. You don't have to go out, stand online, go to a fat man store. Just go to MeUndies.com, get 20% off. Again, you guys have been watching me all night. You're going, what are you smoking, Joey? I'm smoking an Hit E cigarette. Hit E cigarette.
And a cigar.
And it's a fucking cigar. You understand me? It tastes tremendous. You go to Vegas, you need to smoke your fingers, smell like your fingers, fucking dead bitch. Fuck that. You ever smoke a cigar? Your fingers smell fucking terrible. With this, your fingers, you stay good. You need a fucking shower. The smoke don't go into you. And you're fucking smoking vapor, which is healthy for you. One thing about HitE6.com is they last long. Guaranteed 1,200 puffs per fucking thing. If you get one of these cigarettes at a fucking 7-Eleven, you get them for fucking like 16, 17 puffs. They have 0, 8, 16, and 24 milligram cigarettes if you want to quit smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, I like the nicotine-free one because you got the taste.
This is a great product. It's in my fucking bag. I like smoking a cigar on TV. Go to HitE6.com. And get how much off your first order?
20%.
20% off when you say what?
Joey's Church.
Joey's fucking Church. Get 20% off. Joey's Church when you get one of these cigars. Whether you get the cigars, the no nicotine cigarette, or the other cigarettes they got. You're not going to go wrong. 1,200 fucking puffs for fucking $16. Trust me right now. Go to HitE6.com and press what?
Joey's Church.
Oh, shit! In the box. Get 20 fucking % off. That's how he rolled. Also, a shout out to what
Nailed It Life.
Nailed It Life. They were at the tapings last night.
I sat right next to them.
And they told you to wait. If they had something for me, you fucking left.
No.
They told me. Yes,
they said you were too busy.
Yeah,
and I had to leave before the last one was
over.
over.
So they had something for you. Next time somebody tells you they have something, you sit there and you fucking wait. They had peanut butter brittle and gummy bears.
They gave me a piece of peanut butter.
Where is it?
At home.
So why don't you bring it here tonight?
Because I know you'd never eat
Because
it.
you're not going to eat it. Because I'm going to save it for fucking when the devil makes a comeback. You still got that gumi and a half.
If a devil makes a comeback, you're going to want a little Gumi Serranos.
I'm going to get my own one. I was going to bring it down to the fucking store. Go to
NailedItLife.com.
NailedItLife.com. They got the best vapor pen on the fucking market. It's $50 with our discount. You get it for $40 mailed right to your house. Go to
NailedItLife.com.
NailedItLife.com. They
And you
don't
use
fuck
code
around.
Joey Diaz, no spaces.
David and my man do a great job. What they do, they got T-shirts on. They got whatever you fucking like. Right?
And if
What's
you're
up, though? You
For
want to
those
take
of
a
you, I know I gotta go to bed.
bite? Where you going?
I got a fucking early workout class tomorrow, Joey. CT scan. Hey, for those of you,
Why you wear me out?
for whoever.
Last time you came, you're on a cleanse. You're drinking water with garlic in it. Every time you come with something. Come when you're drinking. I want you to be festive.
I'm gonna. Hey, that's next week.
All of a
I'll come back
sudden-
next week.
All of a sudden, you're taking an insurance. Then you should have told me, Joe, I can't go tonight because I got to take an insurance thing. Lee's going to eat a fucking edible by himself. You know?
Yeah.
Poor Lee. We were looking forward to, for you to get
Getting fucked up.
On the bicycle.
Oh, I told him when I started working out that I was going to get a bike. And he said no, and then he called me back like 20 minutes later. He's like, let me explain myself. These idiots around
Let me
here,
explain myself.
these idiots can't drive normally. Now you're going to bike, you're going to get fucking hit, and then we can't do the podcast. I'm going to be at the hospital. We're going to do the podcast, so you can't ride a bike. So when he told me you were going to bike here, I'm like, oh no. Because I knew he hates
It
bikers.
makes me fucking nervous, man. I don't want you
I just
guys
hit up
to
on
get
his skateboard one time to
like-
have coffee with him. He
Oh
looked
my
at my
God.
skateboard for an hour. He was like, "What are you doing on a
furious.
skateboard?"
Furious. You're an adult. Leave the skateboard at home.
Hey, for those of you asking, when I said I was making $1,200 a week doing stand-up and saying it wasn't much money, you're forgetting to incorporate that we have to pay agents, taxes, managers,
And a
for our
plane ticket.
flights, and our plane tickets.
And a
so
fucking
And-
plane ticket.
it whittles down to, you should know how little $750 turns out.
Oh no, it used to piss me off when I would work. My last job, I was making $1,300 a week, and by the time taxes got done, it was $900. And I can't imagine that was just enough to pay like my bills. I can't imagine having a wife and 2 kids.
Well, and then agents and managers. You're talking about 35% right off the top. Right off the top, it's gone.
Yeah.
And then you're talking about another 50% or 30% for taxes, whatever, whatever. Are you going to the store now?
Yeah, I'm going to go down there, fuck around, and do my spot and bomb. But I'm getting stronger every day. I don't give a fuck, bro. I had
What
to
are you
follow
around next
Sebastian
week?
last night. He was amazing.
Are you around next week?
Yeah. I'll do
Well,
yours.
yeah, let's do my house.
I'll do over your house. Whatever
Nice.
you want. We'll bring the flying Jew. He has to eat
I'm
a
so
whole
high.
fucking edible. Well, we got to eat this one tonight.
No,
before we
no,
go.
no.
I want to see you guys kill it.
No, why would he do that?
Look at how fucking lucid Joey is.
Look at me. I'm
Yeah, well,
ready.
that's Joey.
Let's eat another one.
No,
Out
no,
of
no.
respect
Let's
for the
finish
church
it.
members.
Why don't you finish it?
Because he's got the fucking...
I got the fucking CT scan and the
go.
fucking life
This
insurance.
is bullshit.
Let's go for
No, I can't have any more of that.
Guys,
you
guys.
go home. You go home. That's it.
It's
Go
not
home.
the fact that I'm going. No.
What's the matter? No,
That's
what?
so. I'm so good.
Let's
I'm
do
already
another,
so
let's
high.
do another half, and all you've done is one. You did one whole one. I did fucking
No.
1.5, 2. You gonna leave me like this? What are you
I'm
scared
gonna
of?
leave you like that.
I need for you to go.
Dude, because I'm already too high.
So what? I need for you to go into that Michael Jackson zone. You know what I'm saying?
And die?
You're
You
not-
can't die from it. You can't die from it.
You
The
go-
only way weed can kill you is if it's shot out of a cannonball.
Let's
Out of a
smoke this.
cannon.
Let's smoke this.
I'll smoke. I'll smoke.
This smells fucking delicious. Private Reserve.
Private reserve.
What? Oh shit! Oh shit! You bad motherfuckers! You thought it was gonna be a regular Monday church? Fuck that shit! We're throwing heat like the Corinthians. Are you fucking kidding me? Or what? Labor Day week. We ain't fucking around here. Tom Segura's in house. Stop wiggling, Lee. What's the problem?
What's the problem is you gave me a brownie and I have about 5 minutes to get
You
everything
give me a
else.
brownie and I got you're fucking. This is a way of fucking life.
This brownie made me puke on Friday.
The other night I gave him the whole fucking thing. Listen, he couldn't sleep. I can't sleep. Okay, let's go get you a little fucking edible. So we went over and we got the So Kind, the brownie collection, right? Let me tell you something. This shit is what they give you. Like, let's say you get shot 8 times and you won't die. They'll just give you this at the hospital. It's over for you after that. You'll just bleed the fuck out.
You say him. You're saying this now, but everything you give me is 7 milligrams.
Oh, yeah, it was
Come on,
nothing
dog.
at
This
the
is 6.
time.
This is 6 milligrams. This is baby stuff.
It was 33 and a third, like George Harrison.
That made him puke.
Oh my God, the whole thing. He ate the whole thing like a fucking animal. I ate the whole thing. I kept calling him, we're going out, Lee. We're going to fucking see the town. At first he's like, okay, call me back. I'll be here. I called him back like 10 minutes later. Lee, what's up? You ready to go, cocksuckers? I'm feeling fucked up, right?
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
know he's going down. I called him back like in 10 minutes. He's eating sushi. He's like, yeah. He goes, you know what? I'm getting a little fucked up. All right, fuck it. I give him another 30 minutes. I call him back
Yeah,
in
he called
30
me like
minutes.
8 times in one night.
And Austin, he's like, hello. I'm fucked up. How much was in this thing? I can't fucking believe how fucked up I am. I'm like, fuck it. get dressed. We're going out, cocksucker. And I hang up on him, right? And I'm like, oh, I know. And I call him back, and he's like, and the phone rang like 8 times.
Yeah.
And he picked it up, and I'm like, where are you? He's like, I just puked. I'm so fucking high. I go, don't blame it on the weed. It's that wholesale fucking sushi you got from that Arab on the corner. He goes to this Arabian place.
No, I don't. It's
Yes, you
Japanese
do.
place.
You told me. They got edamame with fucking hummus on it or some shit.
Wholesale? Oh,
He does. He goes to a wholesale fucking
good.
eight rolls for $3.
No,
You're
two. It was like
yeah, you're gonna
$20.
fucking die. That's
It
like
wasn't-
suicide.
It wasn't gas station sushi. It was good sushi. But okay, so I was watching a movie on my living room couch, and I made it to the bedroom, and I was laying with my head by the foot, and I just flipped. And you ever know, like when you're gonna puke, like as soon as I flipped over, I was like, that's not gonna happen. But I was able to get off my bed so I didn't puke on the bed, but like right next to on the floor, and you can see all the little sushi bits. It was terrible.
Oh my god, you nasty motherfucker!
I've never had to clean up puke high. It was not fun.
I kept calling him back. Get up, cocksucker. We're going down. We got more edibles. I can't. I already puked the fucking sushi. Lee's as tough as fucking nails. Lee's my dog. I told him we got animal tranquilizers tonight. This is the pre-surgery show, cocksuckers. I go in tomorrow. Lee picks me up at what time?
4:45.
4:45.
4:45 in the morning.
I get admitted at 5:15. They cut me open at 7. My wife's picking me up at.
Beautiful.
That's it. That's
And you're
how-
home.
And I'm home.
And then you're taking pills.
And then I'm taking pills. She went food shopping today. She turned everything around so the baby don't jump on my fucking leg. And that's it. I go in tomorrow. They hit me with an IV. I talk to them. They don't have to shave nothing.
Are they? Are you getting knee scoped? Are you getting scoped?
Meniscus, arthritis. They're fixing this little tear on the side. I don't know what it's called. And I go home. I'm home for 4 fucking little break on the 18th.
Nice.
New York.
New York. What are you doing in New York?
God damn. It's the 11:45 show, like a soul.
Just one?
One show a night.
One show and how many
Friday.
nights? That's it.
That's it. 11:40.
That's the fucking way to do it.
That's the way to do it. I ain't got time to be dilly-dally. What else, Tom Segura, you
That's the
bad
best.
motherfucker? Look at you.
Best, man.
Look at you. Where were you last week?
Philly.
How hot was it?
Fucking the basement. Yeah, the club was fucking literally hot. It's like a fucking sauna.
The club is great.
It's an amazing club.
It's
but
an amazing
hot.
club. The food is great. The people that come from Philly.
The
that
shows
come to
are
see it,
awesome.
The shows are always awesome. The guy is a great guy, but he's Jewish. He won't fix the air conditioning. You know how Jews feel about fixing the air conditioning. That's a big investment in case we got to burn the joint down. You ever see a Jew after he burns the joint with a new air conditioner, he goes fucking ape shit. He'd rather be tied up and somebody take his ATM card and rip up his 20s. You understand me? I was thinking of tying him up and Ari and taking their ATM card. And every time a 20 comes out, just rip it one at a time just to see him.
How much does it upset you to fix air conditioning, Lee?
If I had to pay for it, it would piss me
Yeah,
off. But
any-
if I owned a club, I think I'd pay for it. But
Listen, a Jewish person, let's say a Jewish person has to buy a new air conditioning for a building, a Jewish landlord. He will milk that fucking those days. He will milk it. If he can get 8 months out of tomorrow. They should be here. They're sending it from Japan. I don't know what happened. Let me call Hector. Have you heard from him? They didn't come in. The train got robbed. If you could fucking... By the way, we're speaking about Jewish here. I got this fucking Facebook today about Lee, about the flag. Listen, let me explain something to you people. It's a fucking Israeli flag. If you people get upset about an Israeli flag, Lee is a harmless fucking Jew. He doesn't even have any malice in his heart, Lee. Lee would give
People
you
are upset about it?
Yeah, they're like, take the foot. Well, some fucking jerko who has nothing to do with his life. Anybody knows our intentions are good. There's an American flag there also. Nobody complains about that. There's a picture of Charles Bronson there, and there's a fucking picture of Clint Eastwood. You know what this spells in here? Balls. So don't be upset. It's just a fucking flag. If you're gonna be mad, get the fuck out of here.
not even
You
in
know?
a shot either.
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with people? People want to bitch at something every day. This is a
Always.
free fucking service.
Yeah.
Nobody bothers you. Nobody makes you do nothing. You don't have to sign nothing. You have to do fucking dick. And I can't believe how much people fucking complain.
I got a complaint this weekend in an email. The guy said that he saw my special and he was enjoying it until the part where I talked about disabled people. And he was like, because he has MS, and he made me feel badly about it. And I was like, yeah, but you're choosing to feel badly. like, because other people with disabilities have come up to me and like said how they had a good time and they laughed at it. 'Cause it's a joke. You have to think about intent. What's the intent? And he was like, "No, I'm not choosing to feel that way." And I was like, "Yes, you are. You're choosing to be upset and you wanna, you wanna go off on somebody about it, but that's your choice. You're choosing to do that."
He'll probably go to the barber shop and talk about it.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of people that they get enthralled in it. And you're like, I don't understand. All you have to do is switch the channel.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. The fucking thing is a fin to get in. It's a $5. You waste $5 on that shit, you eat at fucking McDonald's. Just switch the fucking channel. What do you give a fuck? You know what I'm saying? People always gotta get pissed. And these Americans, all of a sudden, it's a. I gotta tell you, last night I was sitting there. I answered the email. I had the baby in the room. After dinner, we went to fucking.
Do not?
No, because we wanted to.
Wind down?
Fucking play, right, play with the toys. So I got a chance to scroll through the TV and I got the chance to watch like 7 minutes of the VMAs. What has happened to society? What has happened to music? Music is at an all-time low. And they all sit together like Rihanna and the fucking Kardashians and all these people sit together like they all love each other. And deep down inside, they hate each other.
Yeah.
Then Beyonce, everybody in the world is saying they're getting fucking divorced, this and this. And all of a sudden they're on there and she comes out with the baby. And I told my wife, I go, I don't believe, we live in such a fantasy fucking land. I want to know the cameras that they're putting in as they go away from the camera. That hallway you have to go into? That's where I want the cameras, to see her turn around and go, fuck you, you black motherfucker. Give my baby back. You fuck my sister, you nasty nigga motherfucker. That's what I wanted to see. Not that smile and the fake fucking tear. It's such a fucking fake situation. Miley Cyrus, I love that dirty bitch. I love it till last night. The thing with the homeless little kid.
What'd she do with the homeless
She
kid?
sent some homeless little half a fag up there to say that, Hollywood makes $8 billion and there's 1,030 fucking kids on the street. You know what? I was in the fucking street because it was my choice, and so are you. You want to run away from your fucking house because your dad won't let you go to the fucking prom or whatever the fuck. You see him? You see a little kid?
I heard about it.
He was a half a fucking like homo. I don't even know. And she's in the back crying, jumping up and fucking down. And people comparing it to Marlon Brando. No, Marlon Brando did something from his heart. Not because he was going to be on TMZ.
Yeah.
It was 1970-something. It wasn't because he did it to impress people. It was because Marlon Brando was really fucking crazy. He was really fucking crazy.
Did you hear why people are going crazy tonight?
About what?
Sarah Silverman brought THC drops on the Emmy red carpet, and everyone's saying it's so amazing. I thought of you. She brought the dropper of THC drops.
And was giving them to people?
No, she took it out at an interview. Apparently, I didn't see it because I was here, but. I just thought of Joey
oh my God, look at her, she's so cool with the reefer. Oh my God, on ABC with a vapor pen or something. That's what it was. It was a vapor pen.
Well, I didn't see it.
It's amazing.
That Miley Cyrus is terrible, man. They did that profile on her where it was like a documentary, and they were like, "You're making such bold decisions. Like you're so bold," and then they go, "What'd she do?" She was like, "Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you just can't care about what somebody thinks." And it's like, okay, and that's her mantra. And then the music has nothing to do with that. It's just totally overproduced bullshit. There's no actual musical talent involved in what we're watching. We're just watching somebody.
Music is to the point where there's nobody really doing live music. They're all putting tracks on. And it's society, these young kids that pay for that shit.
Yeah.
And they go and they feed that shit. $300 for that fucking blonde in Vegas. Whatever her name is. Britney Spears.
That's $300?
Go to Vegas. Go online. See what the tickets are for Britney Spears in Las Vegas. They ain't no $22.50. I'll tell you that fucking much. All right? She's got a residency there. Her tickets are $3. 3 fucking bills. And she's going to lip sync. And you still continue to pay it. So whose fault is that? David Grohl has a big beef with music today. I read little excerpts. He's mad at the music that they have on that show where people judge you. Whatever that, not The View, but the other fucking one. I don't know, the one about singing.
The Voice.
The Voice. I know he had a big. Then I read an article about 3 months ago, and then Josh Wolf was saying he had a conversation with Dave Grohl, and Dave Grohl was saying this.